This is episode 3, The Return to Fengrove Village. You guys have managed to recapture the Sunstone. And after being invited to the community longhouse, where you have met up with Elder Queen Zephyr and Elder King Olaf and his family, you can now see the Sunstone return to the pedestal that sits between the king and queen. You guys see that there?
Yeah.
A few characters of note that are present are Seer Carnus, who is front and center. He seems to have been kneeling and discussing something with the king and queen. And Mitra Oathshield, who you traveled with to go, was it northwest across the Bloodcliff Pass. You guys have been invited here in celebration of your great victory and the great achievement for returning the Sunstone, which they have profusely thanked you for over this feast that they've prepared for you. Your family has even been invited to this occasion, Kamaji, so they're there with you along the bench. Let's see, there's also one other person in attendance, and that would be Elder Greta Harold. And she's sitting over here. I think you guys can see everyone. The kids are there as well. There are, of course, more people in attendance than you can see. There's other villagers, a few nobles, guards. There's a few stray dogs that have been chased out by some of the guards. And there's a house cat. You guys are just sitting around the table. No one has given a speech quite yet. And everything seems to be just going as you would imagine a feast would be going.
How's the food?
The food is great. It's some of the best cooked food, aside from the Mandol Inn Tavern, of course, in Fengrove Village.
Where is our trophy? I mean, our bird.
Your bird. Your bird has been prepared by the Mandol Inn family, and that's been added to the feast. Many people say that it's some of the most delicious meat at the feast, aside from the wild boar, of course.
Oh, we still got wild boar?
There's still wild boar there, but that wasn't prepared by you. That would have been prepared by the king's soldiers.
Lame.
Okay. What would you guys like to do?
Sausage. Eat a barbecue, of course.
Yeah, I'm chow down.
Yep.
Want to chow down?
Yeah, I'm gonna eat everything in sight.
Okay. Are you drinking some of the ale? It is the same potent ale that Rig had drunk previously.
Oh, definitely. It's cause for celebration. Of course I'm gonna be drinking ale.
Okay. Let's go ahead and roll constitution checks for that.
Saving throw, or?
Let's do a saving throw. Yeah, because you might have a bonus to it. Might help you.
Sure don't.
Sure don't. Okay, 7, 8, 21. See if I can turn off my dice sounds on this one. Hold on 1 second.
I rolled 8. What the fuck? I rolled 2.
There we go. Okay, so the 21 passes, Rig. You seem to know, you know that you need to pace yourself with this drink, so you're not chugging it. But you're handling it better this time. Kamaji and Grezlock, you are trembling.
Kamaji? Oh, wait.
Kamaji and Grezlock, you're both trembling from the ale that you just drank.
Strong stuff.
Oh, this tastes good.
Elder Greta, she notices this and she comes over to you. Now, I see you're trying to drink that ale right there. You know, you can't drink it all in one sitting.
What are you talking about? I'm fine. This is like water.
You may be a young man, fit of constitution, but this here ale will knock a bowl on his ass. So
It just tastes so good with the food. I can't help myself.
You have to sip that one. If you drink it too much, well, your hair will start to fall out and you'll start to see double. It's not good for the liver, you know.
Wait, what? This made me bald?
Yeah, scoot your big ass over. What's your name again?
Is
She's-
he talking to me?
Yeah, she's talking to you.
I'm Grizzlock!
Grizzlock? Well, scoot your big ass over and let me sit down.
Wait, who's he?
It's she to you, young man.
Oh.
My name is Elder Greta. I'm surprised you don't know me. I used to chase you around the yard when you were a little boy. Now scoot over. She sits down here. You
Ma'am,
silly kids.
Ma'am, did you say
Sorry,
there's
Grandma.
did you say there's some liver on the table?
Oh, no. I said that the drink is not good for your liver, but there is liver on the table, and, well, if you eat liver, then it'll help your liver. So maybe they cancel each other out.
I stab like the whole chunk of the terror bird liver, and I just like plop it on my plate and start going to town on it.
You know what they say, if you eat chicken feet, you'll run real fast. If you eat liver, you can drink a lot. So eat some more. She takes another flank of liver and she throws it on your plate for you to eat. She's just staring at you, waiting for you to guzzle it down.
I'm gonna
Give me some.
gonna-
Give me some.
I'm gonna go to town on it, and with a full mouth, I'll just be like, "More? Anybody else want any of this?
Yeah, give me some.
Here, have some."
Yeah, people are all eating the liver. A few of the guards come around there. They take some swigs of this very potent honeyed ale that you've been drinking, and everybody starts singing like an old warrior song. People are kind of putting their arms around their shoulders, and they're celebrating the return of the Sunstone. Seems to be a tune that you would recognize regarding the celebration of the Sunstone's light.
I'm gonna chug another glass of ale to get up the courage to jump on the table and like sing a solo.
Okay, roll a con save again. The difficulty's a little bit harder, but you passed. That's good. You could do this if you wanted to do that.
Yeah, I wanna jump up, like I wanna clear a little spot on the table and then like jump up. I'm definitely not gonna waste any food, but I'm jumping up on the table and I'm like at the at an appropriate point in the song, I like belt out singing over the crowd and like kind of just like draw attention to myself and try and put on a little performance and a little
Sure.
jig on top of the table.
Well, you would know that doing this specific kind of performance, there's some particularities about it. So this is a common performance that would happen at a festival like this. Now the trick is, when you do jump up on the table, you can't step on any of the food or drink. And if you do this successfully, the crowd will get extremely excited and they will cheer you on, and some of them will even reward you with something special.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to hurt, like, Kamaji would never waste food, so he's gonna really try to not step or kick anything off the table.
If you step on something, they will boo you and they may kick you out of the festivities. Now, the origin of this specific dance has its roots in the god Sweeney, who is obviously the deity of trance and dance.
And represented by a terror bird too.
Yes,
That's
exactly, which you're now feasting over. So it's a very fitting moment, right? The terror bird carcass is on the table. You're about to dance over the top of it. Let's roll a performance.
I'll say, as I get up on the table, like I grab like a drumstick of the terror bird leg, and I'm kind of like, flourishing with it as I dance and tiptoe over the other food.
Okay. Do you have inspiration still?
I think so. Is it supposed to be an X or not an X? I don't really know what I've been doing. I don't remember if I had it or not, to be honest.
X
If
means
it's
it's
X.
filled. Yeah.
Okay, then I don't have it.
Okay.
I have it. Can I assist him?
You could assist him and give him advantage on his performance check. Maybe you're like sitting there moving dishes out of the way so he doesn't step on them.
I just grab every fruit near him. Do I need to wait?
A 17 passes. So as you stand up on the tabletop, you begin to do this almost like an Irish jig right on top, you know? You're like kicking out your feet and you dance around all of the drinks and all of the food and everyone cheers your name. And they come around and they give you a special cider that is actually about 50 years old. It hasn't been opened since it was created. And it's for you to have for your person. And you can open it at a later time. It'll do something special for you.
Before they give that to me, like as like the finale to my routine, I want to like, I know it's not part of the traditional dance, but I've like worked my way to the front of the table, and then I'm gonna do a front flip off the front of the table as well.
That's gonna require another performance check.
Could I do acrobatics for that instead?
Yes, you could, and all you have to do is get higher. You have to get a 17 or higher.
Ooh, okay, here we go. Nice.
Oh, nice.
You managed to do it. You land, and the king is so impressed that he stands up and begins to applaud you.
That
is amazing.
And like go right into the bow to him, like facing the king, right?
King, yeah.
King? Yeah.
Carnus, get out of my way. I want to talk to young Kamaji here.
And Carnus like backs up in a bow, and he goes over here to this bed to sit on it.
You did well. Come forward.
Is this like a fire here in the center here?
Yep.
Okay.
He puts his arm
king.
around you. You know, he's kind of casually. He's drunk. You know, he's got a pitcher in his other hand that he's drinking out of. Not even a tankard. It's a full pitcher. His wife, you can see she's got like her head in her hands, and she's like a little embarrassed how drunk he is.
I'm real impressed with you, Kamaji, but I've got a bigger task ahead that I'm gonna need your help with. You think you're prepared for it?
Anything for you, my king.
Good. That's what I like to hear. Drink up!
He takes his pitcher and he begins to chug it. I want you to go ahead and he wants you to join him.
Yeah, I'll grab another pitcher. I'm just gonna grab a pitcher. I'm gonna run over and grab a random pitcher off this table, not knowing really what's in it or whose it is, and just drink it.
Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw.
14.
14 is not enough. Your knees start to buckle. He has to actually pick you up off the ground as he's laughing heartily about how he makes a comment about how weak you are.
You've got a lot to learn, kid.
He begins to shake you real toughly. How are you responding?
He's shaking me and he's kind of like patting me on the back type of thing.
Trying to wake you up.
I'll just be like, maybe I've had too much.
That's all right. That's all right, Kamaji.
And he brings you over here. He sits you down next to your mother.
You reckon you got any more of that liver?
Of course, boy. Here.
And he stabs one of the liver shanks with his fork, or as a knife, actually. And he puts it on your plate, tells you to eat up.
Like I was telling Kamaji here.
He puts both hands on the table and kind of leans forward over the food.
I've got a real big job for all of you. You, Gruzlak, you, Rig. I was impressed with your endeavors to the Bloodcliffs. You fought like real warriors, and that you should be proud of. But there's a bigger task at hand. Something far more perilous. You think you're up for it?
Kamaji's just he's got the liver in his hand, and he's just eating it like a piece of beef jerky, just tearing at it. He's got liver all over his beard and stuff. Just kind of a mess. He's just yeah, we could handle it.
Grizzlag got every food in his mouth, so he's mumbling.
What he said.
And Rig is just like, he's not used to being at the table, so he's being cautious with everything. He's eating small bites, he's taking small sips, and he just kind of nods.
Okay.
Sure.
That's good. That's good.
And he kind of stands straight up, and then suddenly, as he's standing straight up, you notice that the very bright light emanating from the Sunstone between the thrones suddenly diminishes by about a foot. And everyone in the room, most everyone in the room, notices. And everybody gasps for a brief moment. And with bated breath, the king turns around as if he's waiting to see what happens, and then nothing else occurs.
Do I notice?
You could roll a perception check with disadvantage since you are drunk. You're just kind of like, why did the party stop?
I like
Does
looking
Rig
around.
notice?
I'm just looking around for somebody. I'm like thinking somebody else is about to do like a dance and stuff to try and show me up, and I'm like, where are they coming from? What's going on?
Roll a perception, Rig.
Alright.
You notice, though you are distracted by Kamaji's drunkenness, you do notice the diminishing light.
Diminishing light. Is it
Yes.
flashing or is just?
Do
It's
we know
reducing.
what do we know what like powers the Sunstone?
You do. You know that it's passed down generation to each leader, subsequent
Yeah.
leaders, and they are plagued by nightmares. And these nightmares are more like visions, which sort of point them in the direction of a beast that they need to kill, which then fuels the Sunstone and gives it light.
Ah, okay. So it's time to feed it souls.
You don't know anything else about the stone.
Gotcha.
Its origins or what it's composed of. Anything like that is unknown to most people. Maybe someone like Seer Carnus, you would know, might have some more information, though it's often cryptic and not very scientific. More mystical, if anything.
Yeah, I mean, look at him.
Oh, that was beautiful.
That guy's he's mystical. He's definitely not scientific. He's got a fucking dark hood. Can barely see his face. He just sits in the corner at this big feast party. You know, he's definitely not. He's got secrets.
He's got secrets, yeah.
Not a lab coat.
It is not a lab coat, no. Okay. So you guys have agreed.
Got sunglasses.
No sunglasses. I think it's just supposed to be a shadow. If they're sunglasses, then I will redo that token. He's so
I think
silly.
you should redo it and put sunglasses in.
So, you guys are enjoying your feast. It did create a bit of a damper on the mood, but people seem to be kind of returning to eating and drinking again. Though this is definitely something most people noticed. It has happened in the past as well.
Okay, I was gonna say yeah, because it's like seems like this is a thing that's like,
Yep.
a routine part of like replenishing the Sunstone.
Yes. And then King Olaf, he kind of looks back at you, and then go ahead, Rig. Why don't you say it? What you want to say first?
Oh yeah. And Rig just doesn't care one bit. Like, I didn't notice, and I reckon it is a mite peculiar, but I really don't care who sits on that throne, so I'm not going to say anything and keep very slowly eating my liver.
I didn't even notice. Grizzlag just keep eating.
Well, you should care who sits on the throne. Actually, we should all care, some degree. And my daughter will carry on after me. I'm sure she will lead you all well when the time comes. I think you could all agree on that, can't you?
Daughter.
Yeah, I agree.
Good. Don't mind the
we didn't even-
Sunstone diminishing. You see that it has happened in the past and nothing has ever bad has happened. And it has never been completely doused. it has always remained bright. As long as we feed it the energy it desires, then our village will prosper, and someday, well, the gods willing, our village will become a kingdom.
Well, if the Sunstone needs some feeding, then I could cook something up for it.
That's good, my boy. Yes, of course. Cook more terror birds up. I could use another drum wing.
Does the Sunstone like terror bird?
Oh, I see what you mean. No. It has to be a monster. Something that's been plaguing my dreams. But you don't want to hear of that. It's dour mood.
I got some dreams too. My king.
I'm sure you do, my boy. I'm sure you do. Girls and ale, right? Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sausage.
Sausage, ah! You are quite ambitious, Gruzlock. Quite ambitious indeed.
I hear Gruzlock say sausage, and I grab another mug of ale that's not mine. Maybe it's like even the king's ale. He's probably the only one drinking ale close to me. Is Sophie drinking ale? Probably not. She's too old.
Do you
for
want
ale.
me to roleplay, or you want to roleplay, Sophie?
No, she's not drinking ale. I'm gonna just say that.
Okay.
But I'm gonna like grab the nearest mug to me, which happens to be the king's pitcher, and I'm gonna say, "Cheers to sausage," and then drink the king's pitcher.
Yeah, he like picks
gotta
up his
drink the
pitcher and he's
swim
like,
on.
to sausage? Question mark. Yeah.
How does the king react to me like taking his pitcher?
He's just kind of letting you do that. He's a little irritated.
Wow.
You can roll insight with a disadvantage.
What a
Sure,
nice
why
king.
not?
Ooh.
Oh,
You could tell he's irritated. Maybe you don't care though how irritated he is. He just
Alright,
grabs
should I roll-
another pitcher somewhere else and brings it over.
shall I
What's
roll
irritating?
another?
Is unhappy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Frustrated or yeah.
Annoyed.
Little annoyed.
Annoyed is a good way to put
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall I roll another con save then?
Yeah, another con save. This is gonna be hard to beat.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You fall
pass right the
over.
fuck
You
out.
passed out. Yep. Your food goes right into the plate of terror bird meat and mashed potatoes.
Nice. All right. I'm out.
You're out.
Perfect.
Okay. The king is laughing heartily, and then he returns to his seat next to his wife over here. Okay. All right, as you guys are continuing to drink, Kamaji's now passed out in his seat. Sophie's kind of rubbing his back and trying to help him drink water to sober him up a little bit. In the meantime, Elder Greta begins to talk a little bit to Gruzlock and Rig.
So you're going to take up this quest, you are, huh?
It does seem that way.
Never reject any quest. It's my duty.
Go ahead and
Serve
roll
my king.
roll insight on Greta.
Inside. I have a good feeling today.
Oh
Does
yeah,
it-
look at that.
Gruzlock, you notice that Greta has given a disapproving glare toward the king during his conversation with you guys.
Disapproving, like not like disagree.
Yes, like disagree.
Does not approve.
What's the problem, Grandma?
No problem, I'm just eating my fill is all.
You could tell something's wrong. You're gonna have to try to push her a little bit.
I don't think Grizzlog have enough intelligence to do that.
You could try persuasion if you want, or you could try to deceive her into it.
Probably just say like,
Hmm.
what's the problem, Grandma? You look not very happy. Someone bother you, I'll kick his ass.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think so. But I am upset. But I don't think it's the appropriate place to discuss this.
I wouldn't have even noticed that. I do find that a lot of you humans all look the same to me, whether you're happy or sad.
You know, Rig, like a lot of the other villagers around here, I find you quite trustworthy.
Well, you might be the second human to ever say that, and I sure do appreciate it. I don't really know you that well, but tell me what I can do. It sounds like you have a secret or something, and old Rig's pretty good at keeping secrets.
Roll persuasion.
I am very bad at this.
Oh,
This is not the place for that. This is not the place at all for that. Maybe we discuss it later, but I don't know if I could trust the two of you.
I think that's
You
more than fair.
you trust me? I'm like your
Nah.
grandchildren, right?
Well, I've had many grandchildren and grandbabies my life, but I don't know you that well now, Gruzlock. You're an old man.
Wait, I'm old, man.
Well, you know, older. You're
Oh,
not a child
Older than
anymore.
your grandkids.
I'm always a child.
This
Deep
isn't-
inside my heart.
She stands up.
This isn't the place to discuss this.
She gets really something. Roll insight. Both of you can roll that.
Yep.
Very uncomfortable, and she walks back over here to warm herself by this fire.
Is
You
there
guys-
a better place you could think of that you'd rather have this conversation?
She kind of like turns around and glares at you and shakes her head, like, not here.
Oh, there's that city folk look I'm used to.
Just ignore that and keep eating.
Okay.
Never mind.
Well, the night
Grandma.
the night goes on. You guys feast. You party with the guards and the other villagers from town. And by the end of the night, Kamaji's kind of just sobering up, and you guys leave and take off to your homes to go to sleep.
Before I leave, I want to look at, like, when I wake up, I want to look at what's left on the table.
Okay.
Because is there like a lot of food left, or did we pretty much decimate the food and that's when they left, or?
Let me see here. I can roll it for you. There's a moderate amount of food left. A couple, maybe like some of the thigh meat on the terror bird. There's like
I
a
got-
quarter of the mashed potatoes.
Before I leave, I'm gonna try to eat all the thing on the table.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
I'm
Oh, I eat it.
Oh, nice.
You eat everything on the table, and your stomach kind of pops out a little bit, almost like a pregnant woman. You look around, put your hands on your hips, and you smile, and you got this real crooked smile as your ears sort of like point outwards happily.
I'm gonna go over to Grizzlack and, like, I'm just like totally impressed with him because, like, I just didn't want to see the food go to waste, and like I just am gonna like go over to him and like go to hug him, but end up just like jumping on his back and like just grabbing him from the back, like a piggyback ride almost type of thing.
Okay.
And like, attaboy.
You cook so well, Kamaji. I don't even need to eat anything rest of my life. Ah, it's so good. Ah.
Well, now that's not true. You need 3 square meals to be grow up big and strong.
I'm already big and strong. Look at me. Ah.
Wow, you sure are.
Well,
Now
as-
take me home. And while I'm grabbing him around the shoulders, I slap him on the butt, like, and to try and get him to take me home.
All right, just carry him like I carry a bag. All right, let's go home. I'm drunk too.
Are there any bones left on the table from the terror bird?
There are, yes.
I gather those up because I'm going to give them to like the stray dogs on my way back to my hut.
Sure, sure. As you guys are emerging from the hut, somebody notices that you've taken these bones from the table. Roll a perception check, Rig.
23.
23. Okay. When you turn around, there's someone peering at you from the entrance to the communal hall. It's Seer Carnus, and he kind of like whispers to you.
Hello,
Oh, there.
dwarf.
That's true. I mean, it's pretty obvious. You're a guy in a robe.
I saw you took those bones. Come over here for a moment. Let me see
I
your
did.
face.
I plan on feeding them to the dogs outside.
Don't do that.
If you want to see me.
Don't feed them to the dogs. Bring them to my place, please. Come with me, please.
Am I still here, or did we
You're
already
on
leave?
you're on Grezlak's back. You're just ahead by maybe 10 feet. The two of you can roll perception checks to see if you can see that Carnus is talking with Rig. Yeah, those will pass. You guys together kind of figure it out. You turn around and you see Rig is like stopped in his tracks. He's turning around talking to Carnus.
So, can you tell me why I shouldn't feed the dogs? Being a dwarf has given me a lot of sympathy for those who are left out of the hall, and I usually try to feed scraps to the city's dogs, so if you can tell me why I should follow you.
Grizzlock's like walking me out, I turn back and like see what's happening, and like call out to Rig. I'm just like, them are good bones. Seer Carnus probably just wants to cook up a nice stock with them.
Are you saying this
Is
in
that true,
earshot?
Seer Carnus?
Okay.
I'm
No,
yelling
no,
into
no,
them.
no. You don't know anything about the terror birds. The real power behind the terror birds. Come to my place and I will teach you. Perhaps I will share with you a piece of your future.
Yes, he's right. The real power's in the marrow of the bones in the center. That's the good stuff. That's what makes
It
the
is
stock
no.
real nice.
It is the marrow which
Yes,
gives each
yes,
bone
yes.
its balance, and when thrown on the ground, it will reveal something about you. Come with
On
me,
the
please.
ground?
Yes, on the grounds, where the great terror bird scratch stomps. You are a believer, are you not? The great Sweeney, the great scratch stomper. You do believe in the great bird. You must believe.
Aren't we all believers? Like, isn't that just...
Well, not everyone. Some worship Elir, the god of the cloud sea. Others worship those who dwell in the underground, the Underearth, Mirnard, Excelsior's dog. Please, come with me. I shall teach you
Who the
things.
heck is Excelsior? What the heck
It is a
kind of
little
gibberish
known name. A
talk-
little known name. Only I would understand such things. Now come. Enough explanations out here. We should not be caught talking in public. The king will be upset.
We
Here's the
may
thing,
not...
like,
Go ahead.
I believe what I can see in front of me, and I believe in helping those who are less fortunate, so if you want me to come with you and bring these bones, you're going to have to guarantee that these dogs out here get fed something. Feed them some scraps of meat. I'm sure you got something in your kitchen, but I was one way or another, these dogs getting fed tonight.
Are you so concerned with the dogs? Why? Why must you be so empathetic towards these foul creatures? Who cares about them? They're mutts. They eat table scraps and wine and bark. They're irritating.
Listen
I'm
here,
concerned with them,
you
because you
little
people say the
punk.
same thing about us dwarves.
Every
Well,
living being deserves to eat.
very well. I will find something to feed the dogs if you are so concerned with them. Now,
I'm
will you
just
come
saying,
with me?
That's what I was fixing to do with these bones, and if you want the bones, then you got to make a trade. And I believe you're a man of your word, or I believe as much as I can trust a city person. Sure, you make these dogs get fed, and I'll bring these bones with me to your hut or wherever you live.
It is agreed. It is agreed. I will feed them something. I cannot promise it will be meat off the bone, but I do promise to fill their bellies. Is this good enough for you? A good enough promise?
For
I'm
now,
gonna I want
Can I roll insight?
Sure.
I want to see if...
He seems like he's going to feed him. Yeah.
I'm gonna just whisper way too loudly into Gruzlock's ear while I'm still on his back. Man, that Seer Carnus guy is kind of a dick, ain't he?
Trunks are yelling very loud.
I mean, he is a city person. No offense. Present company excluded, of course, but. And so, yeah, Rig's gonna go with him. As long as he promises to feed the dog something.
Okay.
Jerk, I got a weirdo.
Just give me a moment while I pull it up.
I'll be right back. I need to go to the bathroom very quick.
No problem.
Matt, is there a way to get the dice roller on the stream? I feel like you had that last time, no?
It's not on there?
No, it's just a map and the cams.
Oh, yeah, I can get that on there. Hold on one second.
I feel like that really adds to it.
Oh, 100%. I forgot that I'm using a different window, so that's probably why. There you go. How's that?
Yep, that's great.
Okay, so I'm just huddling your guys' characters and getting stuff ready here. Seer Carnus. You're making my throat scratchy. Bingo, bingo, bongo. Oops.
I am back.
Oh, I will, big ass whale. Thank you very much. So I was just talking to chat.
By the way, why only Kamaji's circle is blue? Ours is orange.
He thinks he's special.
You can choose it and
I can tell. He's the main character. Look how handsome he is.
I spent so long trying to get this picture.
Oh my god.
Okay, here's our map. You've arrived at Seer Carnus's house. There he is. He is going to open the door. It's not a huge house. Okay. He opens it for you. He's kind of like chuckling. Not in a weird way. I don't know. He's in a weird way, but not in a malicious way. Like you're ignorant.
Oh, sure,
He's
it's a
chuckling.
normal for a city person. Kamaji, is that normal chuckling or weird chuckling?
I honestly could not tell you. All chuckling sounds normal to me.
I think it's weird.
Okay. You guys walk into the building.
Come. Gather around, take a seat, I don't care. I presume you're all full. I can offer you some tea, if you'd like.
I'll never turn down hospitality in another man's home.
Of course, it is my duty to entertain.
He comes over here. Actually, and he goes into the back. Disappears for a little while. You can hear him moving around in the back. It sounds like glass that he's handling.
How this?
Is there anything? Is there any like comfortable seats, like a bed or a couch?
No, there's nothing quite like that in this room. There's just a table and some chairs there for you. You do see this circle on the ground, excuse me, and there is this cauldron in the middle. The torchlight is regular torchlight, but the stuff in the middle is green and it's giving off a green hue. You do notice that there are bones hanging from the ceiling. They look like small bones. You could roll nature to know what kind of animals he's experimented on or whatever. They're just hanging from the ceiling on strings.
Nature.
It's probably...
Oh, nice.
Oh, there you go. They're like rabbit bones, and there's some other rodents like squirrels, raccoons, western, eastern sand grouses, other variety of things. And there's even like skulls on the wall, some deer skulls. It's kind of spooky in here, like a little creepy. Nothing taxidermied, but this guy's definitely experimenting with animal body parts. You could roll. Go ahead.
I just think he's, a fellow lover of cuisine, and he's experimenting with what bones make the best stocks for soup. That's all I'm thinking right now. So I don't think anything is weird about this.
100%. Okay. He comes back after you've looked around for a while, and he's got a tray, and he's got 4 cups on it, 1 for himself and 3 for you guys. And he brings it over and he serves you.
Please enjoy. This is a very interesting pollen from a flower that I have foraged out in the forest. It is quite good for your health. Please.
And he hands you each a cup. You could roll insight or perception. It's up to you what you want to do here.
I can just drink it.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, Rig, like, you take a second look at the cup and then look at Seer Carnus, and you realize, like, oh, he's not trying to kill us or do anything nefarious here. He's actually giving us some tea. But he is just naturally creepy.
I still wait until everyone's like had a sip before I have any.
Sure.
I
can
do.
drink it.
Yeah.
I don't even think about it. I don't even think that of the possibility of him being nefarious. I just
Yeah, we're
immediately
drunk.
drink it.
Cool. And then he drinks it with you. He's sitting down.
Now, please, when you're comfortable, come around the circle with me. Bring the bones.
Wait.
Bring the bones.
What about Mitra? She's still outside there.
Oh, no, she shouldn't be there. I'm sorry. She should be inactive. I just accidentally brought her in.
She follow us.
She didn't follow you. She's not there.
She's drunk too.
Good. Come around the circle, please, when you're comfortable.
I'm not very comfortable. I'm so full.
Now,
Yeah,
let's
where-
see.
He lays out like a
What?
sheet on the ground.
She,
A sheet, like a cloth sheet, like ripped up T-shirt or a shirt or something.
yeah, for me to lie down.
Nope, it's very small. It's like
You should lie down on it anyways.
I can lie down.
It's not for your head. Move, Gruslock. It's not for your head. It's for the bones. To throw the bones.
Do you have any pillows or something we could sit on, maybe?
Just a moment.
he goes over here to this door and disappears. And he comes back like 20 seconds later with 3 pillows for each of you.
Oh, I thank
Nice.
you kindly. I thank you kindly, sir.
Of course, I wouldn't want your knees to turn into what I have. Bony things, throbbing all the time. It's the arthritis. It's killing me.
He kneels down on the wood planks and he takes the bones from from Rig, if Rig is willing to hand them over.
He is, yeah. He'll
Okay.
hand it over.
And then he walks over to the table over here. He takes a jar, which is up on a shelf, and it has 2 eyeballs in it. You could roll nature if you'd like.
My nature is -2.
They are terror bird eyeballs. He plucks them out of the jar. They've been pickled. And he puts them in his hand with the bones. He comes back, he kneels down, and then he tosses them on the paper or the cloth. And
How
he kind
close is that to me?
it's right here between you and him, actually.
I'm gonna look at him and I sniff them, and I take it I can deduce that they're pickled from the vinegary smell. I mean, I never thought to pickle eyeballs. That sounds delicious. What an interesting idea.
You
And I kinda
can eat them, you know.
He says I can or can't.
Oh, you can, but they're more powerful in the ritual.
I immediately pick one up before he even finishes his sentence and pop it in my mouth.
What have you done?
Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check. He's going to try and contest this because this will disrupt the ritual. Let's see. Maybe I should. It'll be contested. Let me get my sleight of hand. It's tied, but you win because of your modifier. So you do take the eyeball and you chew it. It's very chewy and almost difficult to tear up. There's like some kind of outer film on it that makes it sort of crunchy before you get to the gooey center. You swallow this thing.
Is it good?
I think you'd like it.
That's such a qualified answer. I think you'd like it.
He looks over at you and he's like,
What have you done? I only had 2 of those and we needed both.
You said I could eat it.
I didn't mean these. I meant other terrorbird eyeballs, but not these. These were used for the ritual.
Well, how in the heck am I supposed to know that? You put something new. You put a new, interesting cuisine in front of me, and I'm obviously gonna want to partake, sir.
Quick, go to the kitchen and look in the garbage to see if you could find the other eyeballs from the terrorbird you brought in.
No.
Yeah.
Very well, then I cannot complete this without
I'm not gonna eat eyeballs out of the garbage. I do have standards, sir.
Not to eat for the ritual. Is there anyone else here who speaks common?
he looks over at Gruzlock and then he immediately looks to Rig.
What's that mean?
I love how Rig, the outcast guy that doesn't like talking to people, is like the de facto most level-headed person to talk to.
Out of this party, yep.
Now, I do think this one's on you a little bit. I mean, you can't tell Kamaji you can eat something and expect him not to eat it.
Can I eat the last one?
No, do not!
And he snatches it and puts it back in his preservation jar.
Right.
It was pretty good, I will say. It was mighty fine.
There's nothing more that we have to discuss. Leave. Please leave.
Oh, can I have my bones back then?
No, you may not. I will be using them later. I have an appointment with someone.
I mean, you promised us a ritual with those bones.
I promise to feed the dogs.
Fine. I'll go look through the trash for your stupid eyeball.
Okay, you can leave the building. You go back to the communal hall. This is going to take about 20 minutes or so. You get a roll investigation. You each get one chance at this. The 20 does it. You find 2 eyeballs. I'm going to bring him back.
Yeah, I'll bring him back.
He already passed, so
I'm going to the hall. Like, is there other provisions there?
oh yeah, there's lots of stuff. But you're going to like a trash area, but you do pass through the kitchen to get there.
They have like different types of vinegars and stuff there.
Yeah,
Like fully stocked.
it's full of stock.
I'm gonna grab like some like whatever obscure vinegar that was definitely not what he had. Like just a different type of vinegar, you know, I'll say like apple cider vinegar or something, and like I'm gonna bring the vinegar back with the eyeballs and walk in and be like, "Wow, it's your lucky day, sir. I happen to have found this bottle of vinegar in the kitchen, and I reckon that this type of vinegar will pickle those a little more nicely. There's a little more sweetness in there, and I reckon the apple flavor will go nicely with these eyeballs."
He asks to look at the jar or the vinegar.
I hand him the vinegar. I hand him the eyeballs, and I apologize for eating the other one, because I don't want to piss him off. I just wanted to eat it.
Very well, very well. Let me see this vinegar.
And he like pops the cap on it, and he puts his really large nose and gives a big whiff. You see his wide nostrils kind of flare as he takes in the fumes of the vinegar. He seems to be very pleased. And he actually opens it. After he opens it, he pours it into his preservation jar and adds it to the one that he has. He pops the extra eyeball in there, and he takes the second one that you brought him, and he includes it with his bones and the other terror bird. Actually, what I'm going to say he does, I'm going to retroactively change that. He preserves the eyeball that was on the cloth, and he uses the 2 eyeballs from the garbage. He tells you that it's important that you use the same set of eyeballs in a terror bird, not 2 different ones. That will give you an inaccurate reading.
So what you're saying is that other one, you don't need it.
No, I will probably eat it later.
I think you should share it with Gruzlock. I mean, he's curious.
Roll persuasion. If Gruzlock is helping.
One to Kamaji, and Gruzlock's turn now.
Do I need to roll too?
Yep. Or you need to.
Oh shit!
Oh no.
It's advantage. It should have been an advantage roll anyway, so I'm
Are
going
we
to
all
give
rolling?
it to Kamaji. Just those 2, I think is okay. Yeah, you guys beat it. He's going to give it to, was it Gruzlock?
Yeah, I mean, they could split it if they want. I just wanted Gruzlock to be able to taste it.
I got
Okay.
to it.
Yeah.
As anybody that's like interested in tasting something, Kamaji thinks they should be able to.
Oh, it's so
Okay.
chewy.
Well, do you like it?
Very juicy.
Do you like the pickled flavor? I added a touch of coriander there. Some vanilla.
It's not
Is that
bad.
what that was? I was wondering. What a nice little treat that was on the back of my palate.
Now,
It would be better if you put some honey.
Well, I
think
don't have
he
any
might be onto some. He might be onto some. A little sweetness could bring that right around.
well, you could, concoct your own preservation jars, but do you want to do this ritual or not? I don't have all evening.
That's actually a great idea. Do you have any extra jars I could perhaps buy from you?
Oh, praise the Sweeney, come down and smite these fools!
He walks in the back to look for preservation jars. Disappears. About 5 minutes go by, you hear clinking glass, and he comes out, his arms full of preservation jars, and he tells you 5 gold pieces for 10 preservation jars.
I'll take them.
Okay, you got 10 preservation jars.
One thing you're gonna have to learn, Seer Carnus, is when you're talking to my friend Kamaji here, you gotta watch any door you open into when it comes to food or just being literal. He's gonna take you up on whatever you offer.
I can see that now. It's interesting that such a wise individual, a wise dwarf, is friends with such fools. But perhaps I'm wrong. Let's let the bones and the eyeballs tell us the truth of your story. What say you?
I find it strange that it took a seer this long to see the truth.
Ah,
He's got you there.
you are indeed wise. Give me a strand of your hair, Rick. From your beard. One of the grayest.
What? What?
I want to see something. Please, indulge me. It will do you no harm, I promise you. I will burn it up after I use it.
You said
He thinks a minute, but he does finally pluck his gray hair out.
And what were you saying, Kamaji?
Only rig.
You said 10. Sorry, I forgot how many you said.
Yep, 10 preservation jars for 5 gold.
I'm just calling. There's glass bottles, so I'm just putting those in my inventory so I don't forget about them.
Cool. Yeah, that works. It's perfect. He takes the strand of gray hair and he like stretches it out and he kind of plucks it.
Ah, you still have a bounce to your step even though you're old. And your strand is strong. Let us see something.
He walks over to the cauldron, he tosses it in, and the hair just kind of floats on the top for 20 seconds or so before it sort of fizzles and burns up and then falls below the liquid.
You still have a very long life ahead of you, and your children's children will have long lives when you are gone from this world. But I can see that you have a destiny about you. Very interesting. Very interesting. You are here for a purpose, not just by happenstance.
You'll do.
Now, shall we continue the ritual? This reading here is not for any individual, And it is not for myself. It is for the members in this room who attend the circle.
He backs up from the circle. He takes the bones and the eyeballs that you've procured. He shakes them up in his hands real well. He blows on them, then he spits on them, and then he tosses them out onto the cloth. And he watches them roll. The eyeballs start to circle, right, before they stop, and each of them point in a different direction. One of them is pointing to the northeast towards Gruzlok. The other is pointing to the southwest towards Kamaji. And the bones sort of shape an arrow towards Rig. And he kind of like huddles over this picture that's formed.
Interesting. What questions do you have about your future? I can only answer your questions.
Why did you spit on those perfectly good eyeballs?
The lubricant helps the eyeballs roll. What questions do you have?
That's it. That was it.
Okay, next.
Well,
Gruzlok.
I'm gonna add. Grizzly gonna ask, will I become unstoppable like the mighty Corwin?
Will you become unstoppable like the Spore Minotaur Corwin, a great god who lives in one of the ethereal planes above us or around us? No one really knows. Let us see.
He kind of hovers his hand over the bones and the eyes. And he seems to think for a moment. And he says,
You will never be a Minotaur. But as a human goes, you will be extremely strong. However, if you grow too ambitious, if you grow a lust for power, you will meet your demise. And it will be in a way that you would never expect.
Demise.
your death.
Oh. This is nonsense.
Oh, it is not nonsense, but if you think as such, you will meet the end. You will meet the end. Another question? Please, please.
I'm just a simple dwarf. I don't have much need for knowing the future, but
Correction.
what I'm really concerned about.
Correction, you are not a simple dwarf. You present as such, but there is great power behind your kindness. Go on.
If you say so. But what I really want to know about is these here woods, which I've been guarding for as long as I can remember. Are we gonna keep them protected, or are we gonna keep the Outlanders out, or are we gonna stop the city folk from chopping down all the trees and leveling it to make more room for city?
One question at a time.
One question. Are these woods gonna be safe?
For a time, yes. But as our moon circle and our sun spins, things will change in unexpected ways. People will no longer value the rustling leaves. They will no longer value the wind blowing through their hair on a bright sunny day. They will value other things. Things I cannot speak of. For if I did, it could change or alter time.
Will I live to see those days?
No, you will not, but your ancestors may, depending on your great deeds in this lifetime.
As long as I'm not allowed to see it.
Any other questions? Perhaps something more immediate.
I do have one question, I suppose. What is the tastiest? I'll start with this. What is the tastiest meat on our planet?
The tastiest meat is the tail of a fattened raccoon. Barbecued on a kebab with hot sauce.
I don't know. That sounds like you just made that up.
Any other immediate questions? I will answer one more. Choose carefully.
those dogs getting fed?
Yes, I shall go feed the dogs now. I'm surprised.
I want to know from the magical ritual. I don't want to know from you.
Oh, yes. I foresee myself leaving after this appointment, going down to the community longhouse, taking some of the grains, mixing them with some of the animal feed, and giving it to the dogs.
Well, that's
What?
good.
Lord, that's a load off my mind.
I'll sleep soundly tonight knowing that there's a couple less hungry souls in this here village.
Yes. Now, please, 1 gold piece each.
What?
You don't think I give these services for free, do you?
I already gave you 5 gold pieces.
For a product that I sell.
And I gave you a bunch of bones. You wouldn't even be doing this ritual without those.
Yeah, this is a scam.
This is not a scam. I provide services for all the villagers. You asked poor questions, so you naturally got poor answers. Now, a gold piece each, please.
You brought us here. We didn't even want to ask any questions.
I am a very good salesperson, aren't I?
I'll pay you for your services, but this here is a shasty business practice, and I will be spreading word to the other villagers about this, just so you know.
I'm gonna tell them I had a good time here so that they think this is a dwarf business. I'm gonna tell everyone how much fun I had here, and no one's gonna show up again after that.
Now, if you sold them pickled eyeballs for 1 gold piece each, we might have a different story.
I could sell you more pickled eyeballs, but they are not terrorbird eyeballs. They're a simple chicken eyeball.
Ugh. Well, I'll try one, I guess.
He picks up the cloth. He picks up the cloth with bones and the eyeballs, and he dumps the contents out into the cauldron. And you see sort of like this poof go up above the cauldron, and like a little plume of, not smoke, but gas. And it sort of sparks.
Is there liquid in there?
There is liquid, but it sparks in an unnatural way. Almost like you're seeing like little sparks of lightning, just briefly, and then it dissipates.
See, I told you he was making stock with them bones, and I go over to the pot and I like lean over it and smell it really deeply.
Okay. There's stuff like, there's like these very gaseous fumes coming off of it. You also notice stuff like sort of floating above the top before it settles back down into the bubbles. You've never seen anything like this, and it looks otherworldly to you.
I reckon you done something wrong to this here stock. Have you been skimming this the whole time? Because it looks like it's got some stuff in it.
Do not eat that.
Off.
Do not eat that, it will make you ill. It is not for eating.
Okay, I guess I'll trust you this once.
Good.
That I can.
Did you
It does-
deduct your... Oh, you deduct your money.
It doesn't smell too good.
It is not intended to smell good. I'm not making perfumes for women and children and the occasional man. I am making something of more powerful.
I get it. You're making stock that tells the future. I get it. You don't gotta explain it. I'm not some dummy.
Yes, you're not some dummy. All right, it was wonderful seeing all of you. Now, please, take your leave. I have another appointment to attend.
Boring.
Well, I thank you for the eyeballs and the tea and the pillows and your hospitality, sir. And we will take our leave.
Good.
All right, go ahead and you can move your characters to the front of the house. When you exit the front door, you bump into Elder Greta.
Oh, I didn't see you there. What are you doing over at Seer Carnus' house?
I'm drinking some
Much
tea.
wasted terrible bones.
We were eating pickled eyeballs, and he had us ask him questions, and like he making some disgusting stock in there. I don't know.
Oh.
That guy is
Oh.
not a good
Yes.
cook, though. I'll tell you what.
Oh, no, I would never eat anything he cooks. But his eyeballs, yes. I have heard they are very tasty. But I'm surprised. What questions did he answer? Oh, don't tell me, don't tell me. You should not ever tell anyone your future. It is ill
My
omen.
future?
Yes, that's why you are here.
He didn't say shit about my future, but he did say that some harebrained idea that a overweight raccoon tail is gonna be the tastiest meat I ever did taste, and I just have to wholeheartedly disagree. There must be something better out there, and I'm gonna find it.
This is what you asked him? Why didn't you ask him something more personal in nature? Like, will you be rich when you're older? Or perhaps you'll one day be the inherited king of Fengrove Village, or another village for that matter, not this trifle thing about cooking.
Why the heck would I care about something that I can't change? I wanted knowledge to help me now. I don't want to... What the heck good does knowing the future do me?
Interesting. Perhaps you are wise, indeed, Kamaji. Well, I'm not so wise, and I want to know exactly what happens to my future, so I must go inside now. It was a pleasure seeing you all, but I must be off.
I kind of nudge her on the shoulder, and I just say, like, I'll tell you what, you're gonna die someday. We all do. That's the future.
What a wise word, Kamaji.
Yes, you're true, and perhaps sooner for me than you.
And she
I
walks
should
in.
hope so. I say
Nah,
that, and then I
Grandma,
realize
you will be fine.
I realize I shouldn't have said that like halfway through saying it, and I kind of just like walk off really fast.
Okay.
And I say to Gruzlock and Rig, hey, if y'all need a place to stay tonight, I know Rig, you live pretty far away, and Gruzlock, I actually don't know where the hell you live, but you guys are welcome to have a room in the inn tonight if you don't want to make the trek home.
Even sleep here. I just lie down on the ground.
Well, that works too, I guess. Rig, if you'd like a bed, it's available to you, and if you'd like to head home, that's fine too.
I mean, I've been missing my hut, but I've never stayed in an inn before. Might be worth a try.
The room's on me tonight.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead
Can't
and
say no to that.
the Mandol Inn. The Mandol Inn.
Yeah, right?
Here you guys go. So when you get here, you do see Haku, Mandolin, Sophie, and Brother Moro.
I would say, like, at this point in the night, after the feast, both my parents would definitely be in bed. They're fairly old. They
Okay.
definitely, after a night out, they're quick to bed. But Moro runs the inn now, and he'll be there for sure.
Okay, you're gonna roleplay him, or you want me to?
I can do it, sure.
Okay, well, as you walk into the Mandol Inn, you see that he's behind the counter and he is serving a lot of patrons. People are still partying, mostly guards, not too many noble people. They've kind of gone home to celebrate at their own houses. But just like a lot of guards and a lot of common people here.
There's not many nights, I take it, where the village is all out and about celebrating, so they're probably taking advantage of that.
Exactly.
And Moro's all too happy to serve them and make some money.
Sure. Okay.
Welcome in, boys. How you doing? That was Moro.
Oh.
Okay. You just hear a guard.
Exactly like Kamaji, because I can't do two different types of southern accents.
That's fine. You hear a couple guards shout out, "We're doing great! They've been drinking and partying! Hail the heroes!" And they turn around, they cheers the three of you that walk in.
Moro trying to, as an older brother, just shits on me all the time, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, Kamaji just said the next round is gonna be on him. Ain't that right, Kamaji?" And Kamaji just kind of backs up slowly, awkwardly, and kind of just fades into the crowd a little bit, even though everybody's looking at him.
Bunch of the guards cheers. Hurrah! They come around and they bring you over to the bar table here, the counter, excuse me. And when you get there, one of them kind of leans into the three of you. He's like,
I've got some information for you. I heard something about the monster that the king wants to hunt.
Talking to us.
Rumors.
a bartender.
Oh.
Not a
Yeah,
bartender,
he's a
excuse me.
bartender.
Not a bartender. One of the bar attendant or the people attending the bar.
He doesn't have a token though, just to make sure.
No token. It's just a random NPC that's come up to you.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Well, tell us more.
Well, I don't know if I should say too much. I may have eavesdropped accidentally, but from what I understand, it's a giant snake. It's called the Scistalis. Apparently, it's been devouring strange rodents in the countryside that have been going crazy. You know, attacking farmers and wild things like that. Things you wouldn't believe. I mean, I heard there was one woman, she was tilling her field in a neighboring village, not ours, you know. And it bit her, and her ankle swelled up and turned bright green. They had to chop her leg off. I couldn't believe the story, so I actually went over there to see for myself, you know, to see if it was true. It was. I saw a one-legged woman walking around those fields. People have been talking about it ever since. Hey, you didn't hear it from me, though, okay? You didn't hear it from me.
I don't even know who you are.
Well, look, that's just what I heard. I heard the Scistalis is eating these rodents that have been infected by something. My name's Fig, by the way. That's what my friends call me, Fig.
It's a mighty fine name. It's only one letter away from being the best name.
A lot of my friends tell me I'm a fruitcake, but I'm not a good kind of fruit, so I'm just a fig. Fucking figures, you know?
What's
You're
fake?
telling me a lot about your life story there.
Well, I don't have anyone to talk to, because everybody doesn't like me, so I don't know. I'm trying to find some drinking pals. You guys interested in drinking, playing some cards? Hey, I could do dice too, you know.
Ooh, I do like drinking and dice.
You brought some gold?
I bet yes.
Oh, let's go sit down. Let's play some dice.
How should we play?
Well, we're just gonna... I got this here cube, and all you gotta do is roll one cube, highest number wins, and you're gonna bet one gold piece.
All right, bring it on.
All right,
Can
so
I roll insight on him?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll insight.
I'd like to try to figure out where you're coming from, but to be honest, I'm too distracted by this cube with little holes on it. I've never seen something quite so fine.
He shows you the cube, and he quickly pockets it. You don't really notice anything.
All right, I'm play with him.
Okay, you guys go down over here to this table right here in the center next to the
Yeah, I'll
hearth.
play too.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a simple game. You roll 1d6, and whichever what you get is the number that's on the dice result. That's the gold pieces that you'd get back. So you all need to put down, let's say, 10 gold pieces each. Do you have that much?
Yeah, I got 22.
Okay. So you put down
I got
10,
7.
10 on the table. So there should be
Yeah,
40
on the
pieces
table.
total. Okay, and let's see what. Read out the numbers that you rolled.
I roll 1.
So you get
3.
one.
I rolled a 6.
Okay, so you each get that number back, and then the guard, he is gonna roll a d6. He gets
Number
6 back.
So 1 gold. Wait,
So 40 minus 1 minus 6 minus what was the other one?
3,
3 and what?
6.
6. Wait, 2 6s. Okay, there's 24 gold pieces left. Next round. So each of you are going to roll another d6.
Okay. Give me another 6. Yeah.
Ooh, okay. So 6, 4, 3, 1. There's only 10 gold pieces left. Make sure you're keeping track of how much gold you've earned. And then another roll one at a time, though, because we only have 10 left.
Okay.
Who goes first?
I'm going to let the guard go first, so that way I can get his number out of the way. 2. Okay, and then let's have Kamaji go. A 2. And then Grezlok.
1d6.
1d6.
Oh, yeah.
A 1. And then Rig.
Aw.
2.
I made 1 gold.
Okay, so since the pot is lower than a d6, the max die, this 3 is going to go to whoever won. So the guard got 6, 1, and 2. So you got 9 total. What did you guys get?
I got 11.
Okay,
Total?
I got 6, 4. I got 12.
you got 12.
I lose.
Okay, so
Oh,
Rig wins, so he gets his 12 gold plus the 3 at the end. So 15 total. The guy's pretty disappointed that he lost.
to begin. I lose my gold. Ah.
Hey, thanks for playing with me. Can I call you friends now?
No,
Call me
fuck
Rick.
you.
Ah,
The name's Kamaji, but you can call me a friend if you like.
Well, thanks, friend.
and he takes his dice and the gold that he got back. I think he lost 1 or something, and he takes off. You guys are kind of sitting there with this information that there's this snake, large snake. It's been eating rodents that have been infected by something that have been sort of terrorizing the countryside, though in small amounts. He kind of blew it out of proportion, maybe, because you haven't heard of this yet. Okay, people are still partying in the tavern, but it is getting very late, and you do need to talk to the king tomorrow about your assignment. So it might be a good time to go to sleep, unless you want to party throughout the night. There's a chance to earn something, but it's small.
Kamaji's
too
spent.
full.
He's
Okay.
spent.
You can have a long rest. We're going to wake up in the morning. We're going to be out in the village during the daytime.
Yay. This man is
Where
so
is where's Seer Carn's house? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, sure. Let me grab that for you.
I'm just like curious where it is on the map in general.
Yeah. It's right here up towards the coastline. Let me just throw it on there for you. Seer
do I
Carnus. We'll have to determine that, because I don't think you and I have talked about that yet.
I'm the guard. I probably live in the guard house. Or
Okay, there you go. It's right up here.
I feel like
maybe
I feel like you just sleep on in the training pit or in the stables.
I just sleep on the street. I'm the homeless guy.
Actually, that would kind of make sense for you to like sleep in the royal stable, like right next to the royal house.
Yeah, could do that. Each of the pins have maps,
Royal
just so you
house.
know. So you can actually fully explore these places. Okay, so you guys have woken up. You've had your long rest, and you're here to meet King Olaf. He tells you that if you wish, Mitra will come with you, but you could try to do it on your own. Your reward will be greater if you do it on your own, and will be less if Mitra comes with you. He tells you that it's a difficult task, though.
She's lame. She's boring.
dare you say that about Mitra? She's not boring at all. She's an excellent warrior.
I guess.
You should respect her, Gruzlock. It is always good to respect a fellow warrior, even if you disagree with some of their tactics. Remember that.
Right. If you say so, my lord.
Very good, very good. Now, I want you to track down this Scistalis, this snake fiend. It has been plaguing my dreams. I keep seeing it curl around my body until I gasp for air, chokes it right out of me. I can't take it any longer. Here, be cautious with this.
He pulls out the Sunstone, and he hands it over to you. It's glowing brightly, even through the dark bag that it's being held inside.
Take this. Do not drop it. Be careful, and don't let the Outlanders take it from you. When you kill the Scistalis, place it against its body and let it absorb the life energy from it, and then return it to the village.
Well, all right. You say we're trying to find a giant snake?
Yes.
I've never had snake. Wonder how you would cook that.
Are you thinking this out loud?
I'm saying that out loud, yes, and then I'm just kind of lost in thought after that.
Now is not the time to think of cuisines, Kamachi. It is time to think of battle. A battle with the Scistalis.
Well, now, how do you think one goes about battle? On an empty stomach? Because that's how you surefire way to get yourself killed.
This is true. Well, then after you kill the snake and you absorb its life energy, eat your fill. Have a warrior's meal, my boy.
So you're saying if we absorb the life energy, the meat will be untouched?
It should remove any kind of taint from the meat. Yes.
All right. Well, that sounds
Good.
delightful.
Very good.
And before we go, I did use about half my arrows in our last battle, and I'd like to replenish my store.
Of course, I shall refill your arrows. Just see Mitra inside.
You can go inside and you can get all the arrows you need. Well, up to your stack that you can carry in your quiver. So it's 20, I think. Okay. Are you guys ready for your journey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
We're going to take a short 3-minute break. I'm going to go grab some water because I'm dying of thirst, and then I will be back.
Me too. I go
Yeah,
grab some water.
Sounds good.
I gotta go to the bathroom anyway.
Cool. Be back, everyone. Okay, I'm back. How is chat doing? Ooh, my throat. Just chilling, sweet. How's the Valheim going, dude? Yeah, a lot of raspy characters today. We'll be mixing it up a little bit as we get further away from the village. Some goblins, well, the goblins are a little more Italian, I guess.
Italian?
The goblins are my, like, New Jersey accent. That's what I've done with those guys. Hey! Time is money, friend. Like WoW, kind of.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
I think I remember some people say it's like, I forgot. Like
Yeah.
Brooklyn. Is it Brooklyn?
Brooklyn, yeah. The Brooklyn accent.
Yep.
Cars. Drinking coffee. Driving around in my car.
I forgot. Maybe. I
Yeah.
forgot if it's Brooklyn.
Oh, that's dope, Niz. I'm glad you got some time with your son. That's awesome. Okay, let's wait for Jeff here.
I'm here.
Nice. Awesome. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, so you guys are going to be traveling to the Scistalis Den. This is on... Check this. Yeah, it is here. It is on your hex. So I'll just take you back to the world map just real quick. Should be here. Here's your world map. You can see the Fen and the Bloodcliffs. So the Scistalis is here. It's like sort of on the, the south, or the eastern part. So it's like on another smaller land bridge, which goes to the main part of the continent. This is, again, just as a reminder, the direction to the Goblin faction. You know that there is a place called Goblin Gorge and Gobblewood, which extends beyond the Goblin Gorge. But your people don't really go there very often. You guys aren't necessarily enemies, though you have had skirmishes in the past that have ended with in violence and people dying. There's also a few other places your people would know as the Hunting Groves, which is directly south of you. Sometimes people from your village will go there to get wild boar, even terror birds, and a variety of other wild game. But we're not even traveling that far today. We're just going to one of the POIs on this hex.
And it's you said that's all south of us.
All south or southeast.
Gotcha.
Okay. So the Scistalis Den is not. It's been not exactly discovered. It's been the mountain that it's located at. He knows exactly which mountain it is, but he hasn't discovered the entrance to the cave where the Scistalis lives. So he's sent you out with instructions about where to look, and he's hoping that you can locate it. The longer this takes, the more rations you're going to eat up, which is more of a mechanical, a mechanic to our game at this point. So what I'd like you to do is roll a survival check, and we're going to see if we can discover the location using the instructions that were laid out by the king.
Survival, yeah.
Okay, passes so far.
And are we doing this? What are we doing up in survival? Because I have advantage on some survival checks depending on. Are we tracking goblins or outlanders?
Are you tracking goblins or outlanders? You are tracking a
Oh, we're tracking the snake, so I
monster,
don't get advantage on it. Yeah.
right.
It's not my favorite enemy, so
Yes, exactly. Okay. Make sure these are locked. There we go. So yeah, no favorite enemy, sadly, but we will be getting to some of those later. Okay, maybe not this session. So you guys did pass. You do discover the Scistalis tracks. You know, it's a snake tracks. You track it to the entrance to a cave. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pop that out now.
Oh, so what kind of terrain are we in?
Mountainous terrain now. Or caverns, I guess, would also work.
What's your favorite terrain? Woods, forest?
Yep.
Gotcha.
For the survival check, you could maybe roll that, because that would have been in the woods. And if you get a nat 20, that might get you something extra.
The only thing that does is double my proficiency bonus. I would have had 18 instead of 14.
18. Okay, it's the same results then. All right, so this is what it looks like. You guys find the entrance. You walk inside. I'm going to give you another chance to roll survival.
Survival. Who?
Gruzlock, Rig, and Kamachi. 20, Rig. You notice that there are lots of snakes that live in this little cave. One of the tracks is quite large, but there's numerous others that are smaller. You can roll a nature check. Only Rig can roll this.
Nat 20.
Okay. All right, that's going to give us some information. So, let me grab this stuff and get it set up here. You know that these are poisonous snakes. They can inflict both the damage and not the condition, though, is what I will tell you. You can think of that more as like it's going to cause some serious pain with the bite, but it's not going to be long lasting.
Yeah, I tell the others.
Okay.
Well, that's good news for eating.
It is good news for you.
You a fan of eating venom?
No, I'm just saying if they're not too poison, if that's a good sign.
Oh, kind of the sweet spot between deadly and delicious.
Exactly.
Okay. You guys can go ahead and start moving your way into the cave. You haven't seen any of the snakes yet, just tracks.
Any tracks looking especially big or different in any way?
Just the one. That's the Scistalis track. That's really, really big.
Okay, we can see that though.
You can see it, yeah. It looks like it's been coming in and out of this cave on numerous occasions.
Shall we just move our movement speed minus dashing, or should we dash?
You can do either if you'd like.
I guess we'd probably want to approach this. We're on a hunt. It's probably going to be stalking our prey, so I'm going to approach it slowly and be stealthing.
Okay,
just moving my movement speed.
Since you're going slower, you can roll perception with advantage.
I can't just go.
Okay, you notice with the nat 20 that there are other creatures that have been moving around in here.
That nat 20 was for the nature check, not for the perception check.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a 14 and a 21 for me and Rig, and Grizzlock's just rushing in.
Okay.
Yeah, I
s-
just, let's go find
course
that
he is.
snake.
It makes sense. I mean, he's like a guard and like
Oh,
a
yeah.
kind of a brute, and me and Rig are both like experienced hunters.
True.
So it does make sense.
So Grezlock, go ahead and roll with disadvantage on your perception check.
Perception. Okay.
Yeah.
Disadvantage. Okay. Disadvantage.
All right, you still see pretty well. You notice the tracks. They're like bunny tracks, other kinds of rodents. They look like they had been moving in erratically, so quickly and like in various directions to escape the snakes. Maybe one of them got dropped and it tried to escape or something. You also notice that there is goblin tracks, but they look the same, like they were frantic and trying to escape, but got dragged back in.
Wow. Let's go, guys. Let's go kick that snake ass and eat him.
All right, as you proceed further into the cave, this is kind of what you can see. And go ahead and roll a perception. Oh, what? How are you moving?
We same way. Like me and Rig moving slowly, Grizzlock moving quite quicker.
Yeah, I'm moving like normal. Is 30 feet as per the move.
Okay, Grezlock, you're moving 30 feet.
Yeah.
Roll a flat perception roll.
Flat perception.
Yep, just a regular, just not advantage, not disadvantage. Flat roll.
Okay.
All right, when you go by this little nook over here, you see a poisonous snake curled up in the corner, and it takes its readied action to move. But you're going to get a chance to attack first because you did see it.
And I got the spear.
Should we just roll initiative and
You can roll it. Yeah, roll initiative.
because he might not go first.
Ooh, wow! This is
nice.
the
Oh my god.
third time I got nat 20 today.
Crazy.
Wow.
I'm going to let Grezlock go first because he got the nat 20, Kamaji, even though you're above him.
Okay. So now it's my turn.
It's your turn.
I gonna poke him with my spear. So what's the rich poetry? I forgot. My spear, if I hold it with two hands, it got
You get reach. You got it.
Yeah. So what is reach?
It just means you can hit things that aren't within 5 feet. You can hit things that are within 10 feet.
Like this. I can stealth hit him.
Yes.
Yeah, if that were the case, yeah.
Okay. I
It's
can
really
poke
nice.
him.
We have changed weapon rules for this game.
Does that hit?
A 12. That misses.
Reckless attack! Yeah!
20 hits.
Hey, it is.
Okay, you kill it.
Ah, weak snake. Hey, Kamaji, can you cook this?
Combat ends. As you turn around, you see a pile of bones over here on the left side.
It might be nice just to keep the initiative for the sake of like moving
Sure.
and how we're moving, because like if he's moving quickly, you know, he can dash, whereas like
Mhm.
we're gonna need to spend our action hiding, or for instance, I also as a rogue could like hide and dash.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
might
we
be
could
nice
do that.
just to keep the initiative for the sake of that.
So he attacked. So I guess you still have movement if you want to do that, Grezlock.
But before the battle, I already moved 30 feet, right? Before the...
True. That is true.
He
So I
did.
guess
We each-
we
we
would.
each-
Yeah.
We each kind of moved twice, so
That's
that's
true.
also part of the reason why I'm saying it might be nice to keep initiative, just to keep it
Okay.
organized.
Yeah. Let's do it. So we go to Kamaji next then.
Okay. And I am going to, seeing what happened, I'm gonna sneak up to. Let's see, I'll move here. And then I'll dash as a bonus action to here. And then I'll hide as my action.
Okay. You can go ahead and roll stealth. You got 13. Let's see. Okay. I'm not going to say any more, but we'll move on, okay?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any enemies, so I wouldn't
Yeah.
know if I was hidden from them or not.
Exactly. It is then going to go to Rig.
I'm just gonna move my movement. Still going a little bit slower just in case I'm across something, and I'm just gonna stay there.
Okay.
If you want to be hidden too, you can take the hide action.
That's a good idea. Do I have to roll stealth?
Yep. Okay, got it. Gruzlock. You see a pile of bones over here in this little nook.
Of course they're gonna come to check out. Ah, what's this?
Okay. It is a pile of various animal bones and creature bones. You see that there is a goblin corpse amongst them, as well as some rodent carcasses.
Bone for your dog.
What'd you say, Gruzlock? I couldn't understand you.
I'm yelling to Rig. I say, Rig, more bone for your dog.
That's a great idea. Make sure you gather them all up, and we'll take them back to the village dogs. They'll have a feast tonight.
Yeah, I put the I put the bomb into my bag.
Bones in the bag. Okay, you got it. You have a.
You know, Grislock, you're all right for a city person.
Yay! He's got Rig's respect.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit! Why am I moving?
You can make an item in your your equipment that just says bones,
Bone.
rodent bones, and goblin bones. If you want to do that.
Wait, what bomb?
Rodent.
Goblin.
Goblin?
What's rodent?
Rodents are like rats and other small creatures, small mammalian creatures.
R-O-D-E-N.
Rodent.
Rodent bomb. And goblins.
Awesome. Okay. As he's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and let Kamaji go next.
Can I roll? Because, like, so Rig told me that, like, this, judging by the tracks of the snakes he sees, that none of them seem poisonous. None of the tracks seem poisonous.
Yeah, with aside from the snake tracks, but yeah, the rest were just rodents and goblins, which it looked like they were prey.
So the snake tracks did look poisonous.
He could tell that the snakes that were here, because some of it left molted skin, were from
Yeah.
poisonous snakes. Though the poison is short-acting, not long-lasting. Mechanically, that just means they deal poison damage, not poison condition.
Yeah, you didn't have to tell me that much, but
Yeah.
but the snake in front of me is a poisonous snake, like probably not edible.
You could definitely eat it. You would have to extract the glands where the venom is.
You know,
Okay.
yeah.
We should be calling
them.
them venomous snakes, by the way. I
Yeah,
guess they
fair.
could be poisonous snakes, but I think this is just like a shard tabletop misnaming. So
I hear that a lot, like most of the snake poison, if you cook them, they will become harm.
Yeah, I guess.
Keep them.
Can I just roll a nature check to see if Kamaji has the know-how and the skill to utilize this snake as food and feel safe doing it?
I think it's going to give you advantage because I have proficiency in nature, and it's the kind of thing he would know from being out in the woods.
okay, let's do it.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh, yes!
Nice.
Yeah, you know how to do this.
Door, my friend.
You have inspiration. You're inspired.
Could I say maybe instead of having inspiration, that I also, as well as knowing how to cook the meat safely, I
Yeah.
also know how to extract the poison safely, so that like from one snake I could poison tip one arrow.
Yeah, you could do that.
Hell yeah!
It will
That's
equal the poison damage that the snake would inflict.
perfect. I have no idea what the snake does mechanically, but I just love poison tipped arrows as an idea,
Yeah.
especially as it relates to me harvesting food. So that being said, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna move 5 feet here, pick up the snake and put it in my backpack as part of my movement
Okay.
action.
Awesome. You could add like a creature companion or an item. Just make the item.
I think what I'm gonna do is just kind of like, instead, because making items is like kind of annoying, and I'm
Sure.
definitely gonna be picking up all sorts of like carcasses and ingredients like constantly. So I think for this session right now, I'm just gonna, in my session log thing that I have, I'm just gonna keep track, and then maybe I'll make myself a thing in the Google Sheet to keep a list
Yeah.
of all my ingredients.
That works. Did you want to harvest ingredients from this, or you just want to do it later?
Well, I'm not. No, I mean, other than basically, I'm just picking up the snake corpse.
Okay, got it. We can deal with that then later.
And right now, because like I'm not like, we're on the hunt.
Right.
I'm just not.
Right.
I'm just not leaving the body behind. I'm not harvesting anything. But I know that with this snake, that I possess the knowledge to extract the poison at a later date, or at a later time, and I know how to cook it safely.
Okay.
That's basically like what I'm saying. And I'm just gonna keep a note of all the things that I pick up that are gonna be like that, and then when we get to like safety, and we're no longer hunting, then we can roll separately or whatever for that later.
Okay.
Um,
You do see that
but
the tracks get really thick in this narrow passage. They're very obvious
here?
signs of egress here coming out of this larger chamber that's down at the bottom. You can see that it does widen. Would you like to continue forward? It is Rig's turn to go next if Kamaji's done.
No, I just moved 5 feet. That's all I had
okay.
done so far. And I'm gonna move another 15. And then right here, I guess I'll dash to get to this little edge here. And I'm gonna hide and peek around the corner to see down the passageway and see if I see any danger. So my hide roll here, 15, and then I'm gonna peek. Oh, Grizzlock, you're still over here.
Oh. Where's it now in combat?
We're still going by initiative, yeah, just to keep it like clean.
Okay.
To make sure, like, cause you're not stealthing and we are, and like I like my class is able to dash and sneak all in one turn, but Riggs isn't, so it just like makes more sense this way.
Okay.
Agreed. It is Rig's turn if Kamaji's done.
All right, Riggs is gonna go here, and I'm gonna hide.
Okay. Very good. It then goes to Kamaji. I'm sorry, Gruzlock.
Okay. Grizzlock gonna come here first. Did I see anything?
You can see the snakes down here at the bottom right.
Charge at them. Dash. Yeah. Good. Good here. Yeah. Wait, what? What the hell?
Huh.
I've had that happen to me before too. I think it's just shard glitching out.
Yeah. Okay. That's my turn.
Okay. It's then gonna go to Kamaji.
Can you manually just change his initiative so that it's the one?
I could do that, There we go. Yeah, it keeps throwing me off too.
Okay. We'll go here. And then I'll pop out and I'm already hidden from, or am I hidden actually? As at this point I need to know.
Those, the snakes 8 and 6 do not see you.
Okay. I am going to use my short bow to hit them, shoot at them. 20 to hit. Number 8.
20 hits, yep.
And that's 11 piercing damage.
Okay, when you shoot the arrow, the snakes do become aware of your presence. You killed it, though.
Alright, and then I'm gonna use my bonus action to hide.
Okay. They are still moving forward toward you, number 6.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, Rig.
Okay. Here. And that's far enough away that I'm not gonna shoot while I have disadvantage, but I am going to ready an action so that if it comes within range of within 80 feet, that I'll shoot at it.
Okay. It is then going to go next. And it can go...
So
60
it came
feet.
within 80 feet.
Yep.
So I'm going to shoot it now. At 20.
That hits.
Very good.
Okay, it's dead.
It being 11.
And I should have done
Yay!
this one too.
Oh, yep, I mean, drop my arrow. Thank you for reminding me.
15 feet. These are really stupid, so it's going to go 30. 20. 10. It dashed to get there. This is going to go. Okay, so this one's going to go next. Dashes to get here. 7. It's gonna go 35. 5. Here. So we'll have him go here 60 feet.
Better start raging.
They probably got poisoned.
They're pretty weak, though.
Okay, and then it's gonna go back to Gruzlock.
Okay, Grizzlock gonna rage. Wait. Yeah, rage. And use my spear to attack the number 3 actually. Yeah. Did that hit?
A 12 misses. You cut out, I think.
The yelling.
Wriglet's attack.
24 hits. Number 3.
Yes.
Okay.
Die, snake.
That kills number 3.
Alright,
I
that's
honestly-
my turn.
I picture like East when he's like rolling advantage, like him like winding up and doing like a big flourish and then like punching his mouse button as hard as he can.
Exactly.
Hiya!
Why you always cut out? That's
To save our ears.
Yeah.
No, I honestly wish we could hear it.
I need to figure out how to.
Yeah.
setting the-
It's a Discord thing. Okay.
No, I think it's my computer setting.
Oh,
Because
that
my
could be.
recording cut out too.
I see.
when I watch the recording.
Kamaji, your turn.
Okay.
You see Gruzlock is surrounded.
Is number 7 never mind, actually. I'm just
Yep.
gonna go right here. And then I'm gonna stab him. And I have advantage with flanking. I'm rolling thieves tools because they're my chef's tools, and thieves tools, like the way Shard is set up, like these are actually my chef's tools.
Right, I remember you telling me that. Okay.
Yep.
That hits. You have advantage though. Though it won't matter probably. Okay, he's dead.
Yay! Then I'll move back here and hide as a bonus action.
Okay, stealth. Got it. And let me roll something real quick. Hide roll. Okay. Very good. Then it's going to go to Rig.
All right, I'm going to target number 9. 16 to hit.
That hits.
I do 5 full damage.
Okay, you're killing him.
Nice.
Wow.
Oops, number 5, you said. My bad.
Lowest thing I could have done, but I still did it.
Very nice.
Guess my sneak attack damage didn't really matter then.
Goes to number 9. Number 9 moves here, 20 feet. It's going to try and bite Gruzlock. Net 20!
For us, number 9 is dead. And, oh, there it goes. It just caught up. Never mind.
Oh. Yeah, I had it backwards there for a second. Nat 20 on Gruzlock. So you're going to automatically take 1 piercing damage, and I need you to make a con saving throw.
Wait, 1? Only 1?
Just 1. You
I
take
can't
a
even half it. What
so you
the
take
hell?
if you can't half it, if you can't half it, you take minimum 1 point.
Yeah, that's true.
Aw, man. Too weak. Alright.
Con saving throw.
I'm going ding. Yeah.
You pass, so you're going to take half as much damage. It's going to be 3 poison damage.
Okay, 3. I can handle it.
You can handle it. All right, that's its turn.
He's not poisoned or anything, though, right?
Nope, he does not get
Okay.
the condition, just the damage.
Cool. That's not so bad.
All right, then it's going to go to Gruzlock.
Okay. Gridlock. Gonna. You know what? Wait. Yeah, I'm gonna stab him with my spear.
Stab him with a spear.
Ah!
That misses.
Listen to.
That hits.
Okay. Ah!
Okay, you kill it.
And nice.
As far as you know, the combat has ended. You can move forward. There's tracks everywhere. You see trails of blood, fresh trails of blood. You see bones on the ground. You see molted snake skin. And as you enter the final chamber, you see a very large pool of water.
Oh,
Oops, roll a perception check.
perception. See anything?
Yes, you do.
14.
You see that there are mushrooms growing on the outside of or in the inside of this wall here. They're not glowing or anything. They don't look particularly interesting. Just kind of like ordinary white cap mushrooms. Though you don't usually You don't usually find mushrooms unless it's super dark in the forest, but here they're growing or proliferating very healthily. There's a lot of them
Gonna call
in
Command.
abundance.
Hey, Comanche, come! There's some mushroom. We can cook them.
Okay, so Gruzlock has moved. Can you move any more, Gruzlock?
No, I moved 30 feet.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Kamaji's next.
Okay. There's nothing going on. I'm gonna go. I'm hidden still. Or to the best of my knowledge. I'm gonna run to here.
Okay.
I don't see anything, right?
You can roll a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay, well, it's just gonna be a 1.
The room appears clear.
Still cautiously going, and I'm just gonna move here. Dashing as a bonus action,
Okay.
and I don't know. I don't know if I need to roll to hide, but I'm not gonna use my action anyway, so I might as well, I guess. Although I rolled a 25 last time, so I guess if I don't need to roll, I won't.
I'm going to roll something to see if I can... Yeah, just give me a second here and I will tell you. Okay. Yeah, you're good. You're stealthed.
That's where I'm at then. I'm just gonna stay there, and maybe because I have an action, I will ready an action that if I see something, I'll shoot my bow at it.
Okay. Rig.
He's gonna come forward. I guess like everyone else was doing perception rolls, so maybe I'll peek out and see if I can see anything.
Okay. Disadvantage.
Is that just because it's far away?
It's because of two things I can't tell you, but they are environmental factors affecting your perception of it.
All right. The one thing about Rig, just in case this is one of them, is that I do have dark vision.
Oh, okay. This will not help with that. It is dark in here, but this has to do with something else. In addition to
All right,
That is
so
what-
I get a 13.
That is one thing about us playing humans. We don't have dark vision.
Yeah, for sure. I will try and remember that. 13. Yeah, you don't sense anything either. Everything seems still. The water from where you're standing appears still, but you're not super close to it.
All right,
Okay.
And then I'm also gonna hide.
Okay.
So not doing as well on this time around.
All right. Let's see. So then it's going to go back to Gruzlock.
Okay. We still, right? I'm gonna come to here. Something here. Oh shit. Ah. Did I see anything? Might.
Oh, the map
Okay.
keeps moving on me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
me too.
that's me. I'm just orienting it to your pictures for other reasons. Okay, so as you guys, as Gruzlock moves forward to the water line, you look over and you see it's a very, very deep pool. We're talking about 50 feet down, at which point it looks like it actually narrows and goes down even further than that. But there appears to be some kind of like obstruction down there that's keeping this pool of water. When you look up above you in the cavern, you see that there's a hole up there in the rock. And it looks like rain has been falling through that hole and has been filling up this well. Okay, but something down at the bottom appears to have like plugged it. So, you know, it looks like maybe it was another part of the cave. Maybe there was a cave in or something else there, but it is pooled up to create this very, very large pool of water. Roll a perception check with disadvantage.
Perception. Disadvantage. Ah.
Okay, because you failed, this is what happens when you approach the water line. a very large snake, the Scistalis,
Ooh.
emerges from the wall, from hiding, flies up, and bites you. Attempts to bite you.
I can make like a dex saving throw.
You will not be able to because you failed that perception. But I do need you to roll.
Right.
When you see it, and any creature within 60 feet has to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay.
Do I see it, or do I have to see it, or just because I'm within 60 feet?
It's you have to be able to see it.
Yeah. Okay.
And-
I'm behind a wall right now.
I
Okay.
remember this. Oh.
Can Rig see it from where he's at? It doesn't look like he's too obstructed.
Mm, I think you could see it. Okay, Rig, you passed. You're immune to the gaze of this. It's like these stunning scales, like the brilliancy of this snake is just overwhelming to you. It's terrifying looking. But Gruzlock, you are stunned. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns. That is going. No, it's got to bite you now. An 18 to hit. That hits. You take 4 piercing damage and 4 poison damage. Just gonna put this on you that you're stunned. Okay, and that was Gruzlock. The Scistalis is ready to action. It goes to Kamaji next. Or actually, no, the surprise has to happen for these other two. The giant snakes come out. 5, 10, 30, and it dashes. So only one of the snakes get to bite you. 20 is going to hit. 5 piercing damage. I need you to make a con saving throw, Gruzlock.
Wait. Right.
That passes. You're going to take half damage. You take 5
Nice.
poison damage.
Aw.
He always sounds so sad for a tank.
It hurt.
No, this should be. Hold on. Giant poison snake should be advantage. Okay, didn't make a difference. Now it goes to Kamaji. When you see the big snake, you will have to roll that wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
The hell, I'm stunned. So I can't even move.
Peek out right here. Roll my wisdom save. A 4.
Okay, you are stunned. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
Okay.
Rig.
Are you both really just stunned by that thing? It's it's a flashy snake, but I've seen plenty of flashy things out there. Oh, it's up to old Rig to bring it down. 17 to hit. I'm going for the big.
The big
Wow.
snake?
Yep.
That hits.
8 piercing.
8 piercing damage. You strike it in its body. It makes a cry, but it continues to try and attack Gruzlock. Anything else?
I think that's all Rig can do. I'm gonna stay back.
Okay. The Scistalis already took its action. And so it goes to Gruzlock.
Okay. But I'm stunned. I cannot move.
So end of your turn, you can go ahead and roll your wisdom saving throw again.
I think that snake should go again
Should it?
because that was
'Cause it was
effectively
previous?
his surprise. It was his surprise round. If it was a
Oh,
ready to
you're
action, it
right,
was from his
okay.
previous round.
right, let me bring it back here. 13 is going to miss. And then 2 bites from these guys. They both miss. Although you're stunned, so these do have advantage. So just the giant poisonous snakes are hitting you. These guys are going to deal 6 piercing and then 5 piercing. So you can have, I guess your rage is gone, huh?
Wait, why? I start raging.
Stunned.
Stun well.
No,
Stun
he's,
well.
Doesn't stun end,
doesn't.
end rage?
Nope. Nope.
I thought stun was incapacitated.
Nope. I don't
Oh,
think so.
damn.
Oh.
As long as he keeps taking damage every round, he'll maintain rage.
Oh.
Pretty sure.
Wait. Let me check. Yeah, it's
Okay.
yeah.
well,
I need to
cool.
be knocked unconscious.
Okay. You're just standing there like.
I'm so angry.
All right, so you take the half the 6, so 3, and then 2 for the second one, and then you got to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Okay, and then for this. Okay, yeah, so you would just roll it normally. Roll 2 of them. 17 passes.
2 of con saving throw.
Yeah, because they're 2 different attacks from 2
Okay.
creatures. They both pass, so take half of 8, so 4 poison damage, and half of 13, so 6.
I'm almost dead.
Okay,
Aw.
and then it goes to Gruzlok.
Still gonna move.
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
That fails. Do you have DM inspiration?
Oh yeah, I have.
This might be the time to use it.
All right. Use it. Advantage. Is it advantage or I need to re-roll?
It's the same, but yeah. Doesn't matter. Could do anything.
No, I think if I roll advantage, oh, is the same?
It mechanically ends up being the same. Yeah.
Right.
Damn. Ouch, brother. Okay.
I remember this.
Kamaji.
Corwin, guide me. And Corwin say, I'm not sure. I remember
So-
this too.
It's at the end. The saving throw is at the end of our turn, right?
At the end of the turn.
Oh,
My-
my
This is not going well.
dear.
Oh no.
Rick, save us.
Rig.
There's like nothing Rig can do to snap him out of this. Like he can't like walk up and be like shake Kamaji or something like that.
No.
No.
Yep. I'm just gonna keep firing arrows at him then. Alright, now you bunch of snakes might have started my friends here, but no. I'm fine. 12 to hit. Number
Which-
5.
Number 5. That misses.
I should. Aw,
Alright.
feel like I shouldn't use inspiration.
24 is gonna hit. It's gonna be 9 piercing damage
Oh, man.
and 10 poison damage.
I'm dead.
Okay. You're not dead yet. Then goes to the giant poison snakes. It's gonna move forward. It's gonna attack Kamaji. 20. Maybe 5 piercing and 9 poison.
No save.
Oh, my rage. is
For
dead.
these guys, yes, you gotta do con save. Sorry.
5 piercing and 9 poison.
Yes. I do have advantage on this. Didn't matter. Okay. Then the second one attacks. 24. Another con save.
Oh, I'm dead. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Wait, do we? So we already killed some snake. Maybe we level up. We only need 100. To
You have
level
to-
up, 100 XP.
You have to finish the encounter to do it.
But before we met the giant snake, we already killed some little snake, right?
Yeah, but it's all part of the same encounter.
Yeah,
all
Because
right.
they were aware of your presence when you came in.
Aw.
Yeah. It's okay. There's still a chance. You know, this game is crazy. Have faith in Corwin, the Minotaur god. Rig.
All right,
that
I'm gonna
mean
start
we can-
targeting the closer snakes.
Or sorry,
they seem like we're-
not Rig. My bad. I messed up there. It goes to Gruzlock.
Okay. Death save. Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
That's good.
Ah,
Nice.
Kamaji.
just give me one.
Fail.
Rig.
Oh no. All right, I'm gonna start targeting the closer snakes. So I'm gonna start with number 12. 13 to hit.
13 for 12 is going to miss.
All right. And I guess just because now they're closing in on Rig, he's gonna like take a little. He's gonna go back. So
Okay.
they have to do more movement
You
to get.
gotta abandon us.
100%. It's a good idea.
Remember,
Okay, the Scistalis
good time.
is going to not pursue. It goes back down into the water and it disappears.
You didn't even eat me. That's rude.
Giant poison snake goes 30, 20, it's dashed. And the other one is going to do the same. 40 and then here, about 10. Gruzlock.
Okay. You. I will stand up like Corwin. Yeah.
Nice. You still passed. Kamaji.
Be a real good time for a nat 20.
Yes.
it
Oh
would.
yeah.
Or just another
Don't you
fail.
have inspiration too, Kamaji?
Oh no.
Yep, he does.
We gotta save for the last one.
All right, you can fix that one there. Sweet. Rig.
All right. Since they're right up close, Rig is switching to his dagger. I'm not quite as good with it, but I don't have disadvantage.
Okay.
I'm gonna start stabbing some snakes. Number 11. 16 to hit.
16 hits.
6 piercing damage.
Okay. Anything else?
The attack of opportunity wouldn't really be worth it because they'll catch up with me again anyway, so I'm gonna stand there.
Okay. Giant snake's turn. Does a 12 hit? Looks like it misses.
It misses.
And an 8. It's gonna miss.
Yep.
Wait, they still hit me?
No, they're attacking. Not Gruzlock. Sorry, they're attacking Rig. Did I say Gruzlock?
Oh.
I misspoke. I did. But it goes to Gruzlock for the roll.
Okay. This is the last chance. If I didn't roll nat 20 this one, I won't stand up by myself, right?
Right.
Okay. Mighty Corwin, guide me! I have to yell loud enough so microphone cut out, so I will stand up. Ah, no.
Dang.
Aw.
But you're stabilized. That's the good news.
Man.
Kamaji's turn. Okay.
Oh, whoops! That was initiative.
We'll take it.
No, you shouldn't have taken it because it actually would have failed.
Oh, it would have. Okay. When re-roll.
Still failed.
Oh man.
It's the... Oh, that sucks. Giant snake's turn. 12 and an 18. I think the 18 hits, right?
18 hits.
So 7 piercing. Roll a con save.
All right, and I also have advantage on any con save against being poisoned, and I'm resistant to poison damage.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Oh, nice.
I am a dwarf.
Nice.
Thank goodness for that.
Okay. So you get 2 resistance, so it's a quarter of the damage.
So it would have been a 14.
Yep.
Ooh.
So it's like a 3.
3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gosh, you should have been the tank.
Yeah. I mean, in this one case, I'm still almost half my HP after that. So it's not like I'm doing that good, but that took me down almost half.
Turn out we should bring Mitra.
Grezlock, I'm gonna let you roll a d20. If you get an at 20, you still pop up.
Okay. I won't fail you. D20.
D20, let's go.
Let's go, 20. I saw that 20. Let's go.
So you're still stabilized, but you don't pop up. And then it goes. Where's Rig? Did you die, Rig?
No, I'm still there.
I mean, not Rig, Kamaji?
No. He got one last chance.
Oh, because
Yeah.
you rolled initiative, so it changed your initiative slot. That's why I was like, where did you go?
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
There you are.
I accidentally rolled initiative. You're right. All right, here we go to see if I die.
No.
I die.
No. No, you're a main character. You cannot die.
I'm dead.
Oh,
I'm gonna say you have
no.
DM inspiration still.
All right. All right.
So it's 2
Not
and
dead yet.
2 and 2.
Oh,
That's the last
Almost
DM
dead.
inspiration, though.
oh my god.
Almost dead.
Giant snake's turn. One of them
That giant
hits.
snake already attacked Rig before. I haven't taken a turn since then.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did skip you. So ignore these.
All right, so is it Rig's turn now?
It is Rig's turn, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna keep
There we go.
stabbing at number 11. 20 to hit, which I know hits. 7 piercing damage.
Okay. You jab your dagger into the snake's gut and you disembowel it.
Nice.
It's dead. Progress.
I have to remember to save that
Nice.
one for Kamaji if he doesn't die.
A 12 is going to miss. That's the snake's turn.
Misses.
Gruzlock, give me a d20. Let's roll it.
Okay. Meditate.
Don't take too long. Okay. Damn. Kamaji.
Aw, this is hard. I already got 3.
I'm channeling East's power
Yes.
to slam the
I
dice
give
and
it to you.
possibly
Give
get
it
a
to
nat
you.
20. Here we go.
Give it to you.
Dead.
No, you still
Dead.
you have advantage still. You see because you see your friend breathing.
Oh.
All right.
I'm not gonna make you
I'm stable
redo your character art again. After fucking 3 days of generating that. It's not happening
Yeah.
today.
I'm stay on the ground, keep yelling like, "Come on, G, you can do it! Stand up!"
You guys are-
My neighbors are probably mad at me after that one. It's a lot later here than it is for East.
It's Rig's turn.
All right, gonna keep stabbing snakes. Nat 20.
Ooh, nice.
and I got 2 ones.
What the hell?
6 damage.
Aw.
Okay.
Oh my god, this is even worse than my last time.
14, I think that misses.
Yeah, this is. You're not very good at being a snake.
Gruzlock and Kamaji both roll d20s.
Okay, I gonna follow the mighty Corwing. Got 4 net 20 per day. This is the time. Yeah. How?
The great god, known for his 4 nat 20s every single day.
Aw.
It's Rick's turn.
I'm gonna keep on stabbing snakes. 15 to hit.
15 is gonna hit.
8 piercing damage, more than when I had a nat 20.
All right. It's dead. Combat ends.
Oh,
All right, I'm gonna come on over here and
So-
be a medicine check. I don't have any like health potions or
Yeah.
anything.
Well, if you go over there, you got to roll stealth.
If-
Okay. I mean, I am gonna go try to revive my friend.
Okay.
if come back,
I'm just gonna leave him there. I'll come back
Yeah.
later.
Just
Maybe
letting you
we'll
know.
have
I was gonna go, but if I have to roll stealth, I'm just gonna leave.
Okay. You are stealthed, and you believe that you're undetected right now. I'm also going to finish this encounter because you're stealthed.
and we can level up.
Maybe. Let's see.
Maybe.
Keeps, you get
So
0
many
for that.
snake. We must level up.
We're going to keep this one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, did you level up? I don't think
No!
so. I don't think so.
We're
9
9 away.
Aw, what the hell?
That was not intentional. It
Right.
just happened to be that way.
Alright, you
Alright,
sure?
I'm gonna try to revive Kamaji with a medicine check.
I might have given you extra, but I saved your lives too many times.
Yeah, that.
My life.
Yeah, your life. You just keep rolling
I'm not
sixes
doing
for
too
some
bad.
reason. So
I'm
strange.
terrible, dude. I have the dice wants Kamaji dead.
Yeah.
He's got a stupid shit-eating grin on his face. He looks too happy. His
You're
eyes
too
are full.
handsome.
His eyes are full of innocence. The world's trying to bring him down.
Well, they just don't want you to eat the dice.
Okay, medicine
Alright,
check.
Medicine check. 17.
A 17 passes. He's stabilized at 1 health. Actually, what we'll do with this, and I'll try to remember to do this, you can go ahead and roll 1d4, and that's how much health he gets.
All right.
It's less than a regular potion. So
You
there
get
you go.
2.
2, nice.
Oops.
Okay, roll a
Okay,
nature.
2 health.
For the 2 of you, roll a nature check real quick.
Oh, nice.
Come on.
Now is the net 20.
Kamaji.
Of course.
Kamaji, put it together. If you approach the water's edge, this snake is going to leap at you if it detects you.
Okay. Do I know anything about how the snake senses things? Like, would I be able to, like, for instance, put a rope around, like, throw a rope, like, around, like, a lasso around Gruzlock and, like, pull him towards us, or would it just sense the movement and strike?
With that nature check, I would say you know that it has blind sight,
Blind sight, but not
tremor sense. Right. It can also hear very, very well.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna try.
Will we
I'm gonna
also
try it
know
anyway.
If we have to re-roll that wisdom throw, or if we're immune once we're past it.
Once you would be immune, the others have not passed, so they are not immune.
All right. Because Rig would, have some advantage against poison and maybe be able to pull Gruzlock back. Maybe.
Could you roll a persuasion or performance check for me? Since you are immune to it, perhaps you can help these guys out a little bit with their fear.
All right, I've got +0 to performance. He's not a charismatic dwarf, but we'll find out. 5.
I'm going to say you have advantage because you are resistant to poison.
Okay.
11.
So like
Doesn't pass.
because I've already been susceptible to it, what's causing me to be stunned is the brilliance of its scales, correct?
I could tell you that
Like the sight of it is what is stunning
it's
me.
terrifying. It's terrifying. Yes. It's very
But,
bright,
like-
but it's also terrifying to you.
But I like the look of it,
Yep.
like seeing it.
Yes.
So like I can close my eyes.
You could do that, yeah.
Now I know that looking upon it stuns me.
Yes. You could do that.
Okay. How strong are you, Rig?
My strength is. I have +2 to saving throws and +0. I have 11 strength.
Same as me. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I like huddle next to the cave wall and like pull Rig in closer so that like we can whisper to each other. And I say, now I reckon if we get a lasso around him and then we pull him slowly away from the pond, we can avoid angering that nasty little rattlesnake there.
That sounds reasonable to me.
But I'm gonna need your help to pull him. He's a big motherfucker.
He's a big fella. I get it. Like, he's the biggest of us. He's the first to drop.
All right. Now I'm gonna go ahead and tie this rope and throw it around him. Ready?
I'm ready.
All right. I tie the rope up, and I try and throw it around Gruzlock.
Okay. You're going to roll a dexterity check or sleight of hand would work?
16.
That passes. Yeah, you got it around his shoulders. Just under like his mid arms. It's like a perfect toss. Maybe he's like leaned up against a rock or something, so it kind of slides down as Gruzlock moves his body over.
Hey, even if it's around his neck, I don't care. I'm still gonna pull him to safety.
Okay.
And so the two of us together will try and pull him slowly
Yeah.
away from the pond.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the athletics check, I guess.
Do both of us or one of us with advantage or what?
One of you with advantage.
Why don't you roll it?
I've got +0.
That's the same. It's the same for both of us, but
All right, with advantage.
your luck's better than mine.
Yeah, got a 15.
Perfect. You guys are able to pull him over. And you bring him here.
All right. You're better at fixing people up. Why don't you go ahead and tend to his wounds?
All right, I'll do that right now. Roll the 9.
I love how you said roll a 9 in his voice.
Yep. I'm aware of the meta nature of our existence. I know I'm in a game.
Okay. So what are we doing now?
I rolled a 9, so does that pass for the medicine check?
That does not. So you're going to have to try again.
I mean, we're just gonna sit here until it succeeds. So
I did worse that time.
Basically what happens, if you roll a nat 1, you will not be able to heal him here and bring him
we'll
back.
have to drag him out.
You have to drag him out.
Okay.
So just keep rolling until you pass or you totally fail.
18.
That's going to pass, and he'll roll a
You
d4.
get 1 HP.
1 HP.
1 HP.
Oof.
Am I? Where's the snake? Ah, did you
Yeah,
guys beat it?
Do we know how many snakes there were? Because we're definitely picking all of them up.
Yes, it should be in the log.
The log The log.
It should be
log.
called the Scistalis Den, and it was one.
I don't think we can see the log.
It was like over 9 snakes. I think total 9.
7. I remember 7 little snake and 2 giant snake.
Yep, you got it.
All right, 7 small venomous snake bodies, and
Yep.
two
2 giant.
giant.
Gosh, it smells like my computer's maybe burning.
What?
Or my microphone. Yeah,
Not
it's
good.
not good.
Sounds
That's not good. Yeah, that's not good.
What?
Yeah, that's so crazy. It definitely smells something. Strange. I'll have to check it out later. Okay, anyways.
What's that sound?
Yeah. Oops. All right, so now that we've done that, what do you guys want to do? You have not accomplished your mission, and you are not in a good shape. You haven't even touched this thing. Or no, you did, just a little bit for, I think, 8 damage.
Yeah, Rig got a shot or two in with the short bow.
What do you want to do?
You guys,
I say we retreat, have a nice meal with some nice cooked up snake, and we come back here with some poison tipped arrows and a vengeance in our hearts. What do you say, fellas?
That sounds good, but do you reckon that a poisonous snake will be immune to its own poison? Because that might be the case.
Well, now it could be. However, these snakes are of a different species than the one we're trying to kill, so I reckon it's worth a shot. At least one use of the poison to see if it's working or not.
Right,
That's a good
like
idea.
the way you
We can
think.
try.
Okay.
Give it a
We can
shot. Yeah, I'm not feeling very well.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna camp. All right.
Yeah, we're gonna go out. We're gonna go outside the cave, like
Yeah.
you know, a decent distance. You know, enough to be like away from the cave
Sure.
entrance, but still close enough. You know, like within like a 20 to 10 minute walk or so of the
Okay.
cave entrance, like close. And we'll set up our little camp and start breaking down these snake bodies and
Wait.
start cooking up a meal for ourselves.
Okay. Let me grab that real quick.
Wait.
Shouldn't take me
So
too long.
that snake is in under the water.
Mm-hmm.
How it breathe? It's not a fish. How it breathe under the water?
It's
You
a
don't know?
water snake.
You don't know yet.
Maybe we should try some trap.
How are we gonna trap it if we can't? Like, seems like it can't really be lured out.
Maybe we
And-
can put some, some point stick, and the net above the water. How about that? I don't
Yeah, but-
know. You guys are the trap master.
How are we gonna get close enough to the water without it knowing that we're there?
How
See-
about how about we throw some oil in the bottle, throw it to the water, and shoot a fire arrow at it?
Now you expect me to waste good cooking oil on a trap?
We don't need to use cooked oil. We can,
Well, that's the only kind I got. I know they always talk about snake oil, but I don't know how to extract no snake oil.
Or when you guys are having this discussion, you are doing this at camp. You have a fire set up and a small tent over in the corner that is part of your provisions and your gear that you bring along. The wagon is probably not there, just so you know, so we can ignore that. But the rest of the camp is. It's like a circular stone rock. This is a camp that's used by a lot of people from your village. It's positioned maybe several hundred yards from the cave, near the road that runs near the mountain. It's a familiar place to you. You do have to watch out, though. There are wild animals in these parts. So if you do take a long rest, you are going to have to roll a survival check to see if you can avoid the attention of any wandering beast.
Is where on which rock is Withers going to be sitting?
Over here, young master. I do not like the way.
How does he sound? I don't even know. Anyway, this is where you're at.
What terrain are we in technically? Are we in the forest or are we somewhere else?
Forest. Yeah, forest.
All right. So when we're engaged in other activities while traveling in the forest, we are still alert to dangers. I'm not sure how that works mechanically, but that is part of being a ranger, is that we stay alert no matter what we're doing.
I'll let you roll advantage on those survival checks then.
All right.
Yeah, do we want to just try the long rest instead of short resting?
I like the idea of a long rest.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
And like I think that would also give us enough time for me to break down these snakes and maybe we can get some poisons, or like how is that going to work? I don't know. Is that just going to be monster parts and then we have to craft the poisons afterwards type of thing?
Yeah, you'll have to roll for your potions afterward. Those also take time to craft, depending on what they are.
By the way, we can take out the stump.
Because they are just straight up venomous snakes.
Yeah.
Is it possible that I can just extract their poison glands?
Oh, yeah, we could do that. Yeah.
Like I understand, like normally we would do like monster parts and like craft and stuff, but because of the nature of this particular beast.
Sure, we can just say that you can, if you pass your roll, each until you pass your rolls, you get 7 chances, 7 snakes, and then after you pass, you get that many those snakes that are remaining. Does that make sense?
All right. Well, what am I rolling?
You're gonna roll nature.
Nature, cool.
If you're doing that in the camp, I'll give you advantage.
Okay,
yeah, that's fine.
So you passed on the 18, so you get 1, 2, 3, you get 6 of them. 6 arrows coated with poison. The poison does 2d4 poison damage.
Ooh.
And it does
It's
require.
only 5. Only 5 passed. If it's 18, it passes.
You only, just like the other potions, you only got to pass once to know how to craft that potion or that tincture or whatever, and then thereafter you know how to do it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I
Yep.
didn't have to roll 7 times. Gotcha. And then I have the 2 larger snakes.
Yep, 2 larger snakes. You could do that as well. That fails. That passes. That one does 3d6 poison damage. That's only 1 arrow, though.
Okay, sorry. What was the first one again?
You get 6 2d4 poison arrows.
2d4.
And 1 3d6 poison arrow.
3d6. Okay. I give 3 of the 2d4 arrows to Rig.
Okay, cool. All right, and then we're doing a long rest, so let's let everybody roll survival with. I think Rig, you only get the advantage, right? Or does everybody?
Yeah, it just says me. There's some stuff that affects the whole party, but this one's just for me.
Okay, so everybody roll survival. 10, 21, nat 20.
Nat 20.
Passes the check. You guys do hear something in the middle of the night, but everybody keeps very silent as this lumbering beast, you're not sure what it is, you think maybe bear, passes your camp. You can go and take your long rest, and we can return to the Scistalis Den. We still have a little bit of time left if you want to try it again.
Let's do it, guys. We got this. Wait, so that snake is the how it looked like made us need to make a wisdom savings roll.
Yeah. So if we
Yep.
close our eyes,
So I gonna rip off one piece of my claws and blind my eye. No, cover my eye.
Dope.
And Rig is still immune, right?
You're still immune for 24 hours, so I'd say it's been 12, so you're still good.
So I'm just
I'm
kind of
like,
looking at these guys, just kind of like, well, that's one way to handle it, I suppose.
I need my vision. I can sense it.
I mean,
Guide me.
I'm gonna just close my eyes because I don't want to be walking in the walls the whole way to this little pond.
I like the idea that as we walk down the hall, we have to keep moving Gruzlock so he doesn't walk into the walls constantly.
As you guys approach, you're back at the water. It appears perfectly still. What do you want to do? What's the play here?
I'm gonna try and stealth my way over to like behind this rock over here.
Okay, roll stealth.
I'm gonna try to find
Okay,
a giant
you think
rock,
you're stealthed.
like maybe this one.
Okay.
Can I pick up this giant rock, throw it into the water?
Roll an athletics check. That is a huge rock. It's just enough. You sort of struggle for a moment as you take that rock, you place it on your knee, and you slowly lift it over your head, and you toss it, and it makes this huge splash. The snake immediately surfaces and lands right here. That's its turn, though. It had to rush up quite a distance to get to this spot. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Yeah.
Okay. Kamaji goes first. It did try to bite the
Alright.
rock, by the way, so that's why you don't get attacked. It did pass its perception check. Jeff, you rolled a 23. It rolled a 24.
Okay, I'm gonna use one of my arrows. I'm also gonna hide as a bonus action first.
Okay, that passes.
And then I'm going to shoot it with one of my 2d4 poison arrows.
Okay.
I have advantage. 18 to hit.
That hits. The arrow strikes the snake, and you see the poison seep into that wound, and it seems to actually have an effect on it because it's a different snake species.
Okay,
Awesome.
so that's my sneak attack damage and all that. 11, and then 2d4 poison damage, 2 additional damage, 13 total.
13 total. Okay.
Nice.
Very good. I do need... I guess I can do this on its turn. Okay. Actually, I need all the people who are not immune to the... Oh, you're blindfolded, though, right?
Yeah, I'm
Everybody's... And same for Kamaji?
Oh, I guess I would have missed, actually.
You would have missed that?
I would have missed that. You can give your health back because I would have been a flat roll because I would have been
Right.
I would have had advantage for hiding but disadvantage for closing my eyes.
Okay.
That's true.
Then it goes to Rig.
Oh, right. I'm gonna just shoot at him because scales mean nothing to me. But I did really bad.
Dang, that misses. Anything else?
Yep. That's about it for Rig.
It's the snake's turn. It moves forward. It tries to bite Gruzlock. It gets a nat 1. It hits the rock instead as Gruzlock steps out of the way. And then it goes to Gruzlock for the follow-up.
You see an opening.
Rage. I can sense you. You smell stink. Poke him with my spear. I guess that miss.
That
Right.
is gonna miss. Yep. Lots of misses.
Right. All right. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, Kamaji.
All right. I'm going to hide first as a bonus action.
Okay, let's see if you can pass the passive perception.
Nat 20.
Ooh, you were
Nice.
stealthed.
Well, and then what I'm gonna do while I'm stealth, I'm gonna peek out and look at him. So I'm gonna roll the wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Please. 16.
That passes.
Yay! Thank God. And then I'm gonna shoot him with another of the. You know what? Screw it. I'm using the 3d6 poison arrow. While I have advantage to hit this guy because he seems like he's about to really make our lives terrible.
That hits.
Man, then that 20 would have been really nice there.
Oh yeah.
That's 15 from that, and from the regular attack, and then an additional 12 from the poison damage.
Okay,
Awesome.
that brought him. You hit him. You see parts of his guts hanging out of his body as he's like slimily crawling towards Gruzlock, slithering towards Gruzlock.
Yay! Finally, some progress.
Rig.
Did you say I had a 2d6 or a 3d6, Kamaji?
You have 3 arrows that are 2d4.
Oh, 2d4. I'm gonna use one of those now. 21 to hit. That's 10 plus 5, so 15.
Okay, got it.
I would have given you 3d6 ones, but I only got 1.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. I just didn't remember what it was.
Tries to strike at Gruzlock, but Gruzlock steps out of the way as its fangs just hurtle by and retract almost immediately. It then goes to Gruzlock's turn.
Poke. Ah! Does that hit?
That hits.
So I cover my eye, so I well got disadvantage. But I use advantage. I use the reckless attack.
All right.
So it's
Flat
Yes.
roll.
poke.
You bring your spear forward. Why don't you describe how you killed the Scistalis?
So I poke into his mouth and through his head.
Oh my god.
Just blindly too. That's badass.
Yeah.
The Scistalis just loses all control of its body as it falls in a spiraled coil down to the ground. It's dead. You take a big sigh of relief as all the snakes in the snake cave have been eliminated. You look around and you see that the waters are just becoming calm again. As you approach the waters, you can see deep down, it appears that there's an obstruction at the bottom of this hole. Roll a perception check.
Perception.
Is it for all of us or just for Gruzlock?
Anyone who goes to the water's edge.
I'm more like gonna go up and examine the snake, mostly to see if the arrows that were poison tipped like damaged the flesh and in what way, and if it can be salvaged. But
you need to cut off the poison arrow part of the meat.
Okay, these arrows would do
Without
2d8, but it is a different species. You'd have to roll that nature check again. It is a harder check.
No, I'm not trying to like. I know the arrows are like not gonna like. I'm not trying to like. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to examine whether the arrows that I shot into its flesh.
Oh,
like those are obviously the poison's already like off of them, and they're not going to be useful again as poison arrows. But I want to use them, or I want to see if they have damaged the flesh, and if they are damaging the meat, then I want to cut out that part of the meat.
It would be damaging the entry. Yeah.
Okay.
But you could cut around it.
I'll try and cut around it. Well, not right now, but I guess I'll be close to the water enough at this point where I'll look into the water.
You don't see much, but you see like a big hole. I would say though that who rolled that? Gruzlock. You definitely see something down there, and you're wondering if maybe if you swam down there, you might learn some more about this hole. You do find it peculiar that the rain has been falling through the top of that hole in the cave above you, and it's filling up this pool. Do you want to attempt to swim down?
Yeah, I got to. Guys, I found something, and I just immediately jump into it. Yeah.
Okay, roll an athletics check.
Swim. Am I still raging? If I'm still raging, I got advantage.
Yeah, you would be. You would be. Roll advantage. You get down to the bottom and successfully, and you see that there is like a large rock that had fallen from the top of the cavern ceiling, and that's why there's a hole in it. And it looks like it's plugging another hole at the bottom, and it looks like it might even be able to be kicked loose. You notice that there are like roots hanging out of the dirt walls, something that you could grab onto and attempt to kick this rock.
Like let the rock keep going down?
Yes. If you do that, though, you don't know what will happen.
I'm gonna use my hand axe to chop that, what do you say, the plant?
The root?
What's the root, yes. Chop, chop, chop.
Well, it would act as like a thing to hold on to. Like a handhold.
Wait, what handhold?
So let me all describe again. So you're down there at the bottom. There's a rock below your feet. It looks like you could kick it and push it through the hole. On the side of the wall, there are roots hanging out that you could grab onto and hold. It's like hold your body against the wall.
Now I understand. Okay, I do that. I just kick.
Okay.
Kick the rock.
Roll athletics. Or an unarmed strike. Ooh.
And advantage. No.
You hit the rock so hard, it immediately gets pushed through the hole, and all the water around you starts to just flow through this hole into this bottomless cavern. You're holding on to this root for dear life as the water is just rushing past you. Roll a strength saving throw.
Strength?
With advantage because you're using the root. Okay, you hold on tight enough as the water empties out and falls below you for a considerable distance. Finally, it's past, and you look up, and it's just an empty hole. You got to climb back up the roots now along the wall. So you got to roll an athletics check, or you could call out to your friends for help.
I'm gonna yell like, "Hey guys, there's something down there. You guys want to come down?"
Wait, isn't it underwater?
All that water is flooded through that opening that he kicked the rock out.
Oh, it's all gone now.
It's all
completely
gone. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll toss the rope down to him.
Okay, you're gonna have advantage on your athletics checks climbing back up, Gruzlock.
Do we want to climb back up? I want to go down there to check out what's down there.
You could do that. The rope is only barely reaches you. It's about 50 feet down to where you're at.
So I took my
when we killed the snake, did the Sunstone do anything?
You haven't placed the Sunstone on the snake yet.
Oh, we have to place it. I wouldn't realize that. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna come back first and to check
Okay.
out.
Roll
To
roll athletics though with advantage.
okay.
Advantage
Oh,
though.
no.
Advantage. Okay, that passes. You're about to fall very far. Okay, so you make it back.
I think my rage and right.
What do you want to do now?
I'm gonna tell them like I saw something down there. There is a pass. There's a giant hole down there. We can go down. Maybe there's some
Probably.
treasure.
Probably also put that sunstone on the snake at some point.
Yeah, maybe we'll do it now.
I reckon that's a great idea.
All right, so you're pulling
Who
the
got
Sunstone out.
Yeah, let's stab the
I,
sunstone.
I got.
by the-
I just kind of assumed that Gruzlock had it because like he's like part of the royal guard. You know, I feel like he would have been the most trusted with it.
Oh, true.
That none of us had it. Just forgot
Okay.
it.
No, I got it. I stabbed the sunstone in the snake mouth. Ugh.
Okay, as soon as you do that, you see like the snake's body sort of vibrate momentarily and then just fall limp again. And the Sunstone brightens by a foot.
Is this working? Not sure.
How much did it dim by originally?
A foot.
Oh, okay, so it's back to its normal luster.
Yep.
Perfect. Mission accomplished, boys. We did it.
Nice job. Now you've got this huge hole in the ground to explore. Did you want to try descending down there?
Level up. We definitely level up.
Yes, I'm going to finish that now.
Yeah, I mean, Kamaji's definitely curious. He's also very curious to get this new what was the monster called again? The what?
Scistalis?
I have no idea. Scistalis?
It's let me see here.
Wait, what the hell?
SCIT. Oh, here, I'll put it in chat for you. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll just grab that on our we'll butcher that up and grab that on our way out. But I do want to descend into the cavern a little bit. I mean, we're in pretty good shape, right? Like, I mean, I'm at full health.
Same.
Okay. One second. Okay, so let me describe this map a little bit. I'm going to say that the camp that's down there is non-existent. Okay, just so you're aware. And the boards that you see are just like a rock bridge that looks like it's about to break.
Like a little archway thing.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And then you see a glowing, like another hole at the bottom. This is kind of what it looks like up at the top where you're at. So that bottom part was where the hole was with the rock stuck in it that he took out. Okay. So you guys would be like, sort of like this. Actually, I'm going to do this too. I'm going to make it so that's the edge of the map there. Okay. All right, so do you guys want to go back in?
Yeah, let's go. I say we go down. Check it out.
All right, you got your rope, so it's advantage with those athletics checks. Otherwise, you're going to take some fall damage.
Dude, you're so bad.
Oh man. All right, let's see if I'm any better.
13 passes.
Wait, sorry, while we're rolling?
12 bludgeoning damage. Kamaji.
Thank God I
Got
leveled
it.
up.
Yep.
And that passes. You get advantage, but
Advantage. If I got advantage, all right.
yep. All right, you guys are going to make it down to the bottom. You see this big hole here. When you look closer, it looks like there's some kind of plant, or you're not sure what it is, but it's growing into the rock wall, and it's glowing. It's quite vibrant.
I'm gonna inspect it
Okay.
and kind of do all sorts of weird shit to it. Feel it, smell it, rip it a little bit, and then maybe even taste it if all those things don't weird me out.
Okay. Roll nature check. That
14.
passes. Yeah. This is some kind of fungus. It's like a cavern fungus that's growing down here. It's unlike any of the fungus you've seen on the surface level.
Does it give edible vibes?
As far as you can tell, I mean, I think the strangest the strangest part about it is its glow.
Yeah, but how does it smell?
It doesn't smell bad. It
What
actually
happens
smells
when I-
very earthy.
What happens when I rip it a little bit?
It looks like mushroom flesh.
I take a bit and I put it in my pouch.
Okay.
I don't eat it. I don't eat it yet. I know better than to eat strain funguses.
Okay. Did you want to go?
I'm not stupid.
Did you want to descend down this hole here?
Yeah. But not first. I'm gonna let Grezlock go first.
How are you descending down the hole,
Okay.
Grezlock?
I cannot see anything down there.
It looks like it sort of turns before it drops again.
I can just climb down. Do I need to roll athletic?
You need to roll athletics with advantage if you're using the rope.
Okay.
All right, that passes. So Grezlock, you make it to this ledge here. You climb down. It's an easy climb, and then you are going to move over like these aren't spikes. We'll just say that this is like rubble. On the left side, though, you see this is where all the water flowed to. Looks like it's just an empty chamber full of that water that was up at the top, all that rainwater. And do you want to continue going over, or do you want to wait here?
So we can see a fire here?
There's no camp. Just ignore that. Just
okay.
rubble.
Yeah, I can come here.
Okay, as you move closer, you see that there's another tunnel up ahead, and this tunnel is covered with even more of that strange fungus that you saw above you in the chamber, the last chamber.
Hey, Kamaji, more fungus for our soup.
If you guys, the other guys want to
Oh,
climb
shit.
down, they
Oh,
can
sorry.
roll.
Ignore that there.
Okay.
Misclick.
All right. I guess let's find out.
Oh my
Not once in a
God.
row.
That sucks.
Wow.
Wow. I
11
don't think I've ever rolled that badly
passes.
before.
You're taking 20 bludgeoning damage from the fall. It is 50 feet down. You're
Did you
now.
say the 11 passes or fails?
It passes.
Okay. Good, because I'd be dead.
Okay, you guys are 100 feet down
I'm
now.
Still up, but yeah, not doing great.
You approach this passageway. The fungus is very thick here. Did you want to pluck more and put it into your bag, or are you satisfied with what you have?
Oh, I'll definitely, if it's like thicker and more dense, I'll definitely take the better stuff. Like, Kamaji knows his ingredients. If it's gonna be edible, you know, then he's gonna and he's gonna figure out if it's edible by feeding it to like things he's like trying to hunt. You know, see if they'll eat it. Like he judges that based on like if like wildlife will eat it, and if that works like for several different species, then he's willing to try it himself in a small amount. If it's something he's unfamiliar with, and then if a small amount doesn't make him feel sick or anything, then at that point, then he'll just go full bore.
Okay.
But for now, I'll just take whatever looks the best to my eye, and I'll just like keep kind of shoveling bits of mushroom spores into my bag.
All right, you've got a bunch of mushrooms. Next. Are you going? You said you're going through the passage?
Yeah. I'm not gonna stop now.
Heck yeah. Congratulations. You have discovered the Underearth.
Ooh.
Whoa.
What the hell?
Okay. You did it. As you guys approach, everything down here, the flora, the fauna, you do see some animals, like mostly rodents. Everything's glowing. This is an alien world, unlike anything that you have ever seen. None of you that I know of have been to the Underearth, and you've spoken to very few people, maybe if any at all, that have ever been to the Underearth. So this is like a very novel experience. Everything.
I mean,
go ahead.
this is literally Kamaji's like dream. Like this is like to find a whole new ecosystem that like he never knew existed. Like he's like literally losing his mind right now with excitement and all the possibilities of all these new ingredients that have found a way to thrive underground without sunlight, and like all these new things he's seeing. He's just like can't wait to lick and taste everything. With caution. With caution.
Well, everything looks very strange and novel to you. You are you presented with this very strange pool of water, but it's like glowing purple. And the reason that it's glowing purple is like these little specks of dust or something is floating in them. Now you can roll a nature check to kind of extrapolate more information from that description.
Damn it.
Two nat ones. Oh.
That's 4 in a row for Eric, right?
Yeah, at least 3.
Rolling that ones. And
3 in a row. 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Gruzlock, can you roll nature?
Nature.
I'd say one of Kamaji's favorite pastimes is cautiously licking things. Oh my god.
Wow.
You have no idea what this is. You're just so stunned by the visuals here.
I think this is fitting, though. This is fitting.
Yeah, it
I
is.
also think falling 50 feet might have given him a little bit of a concussion, so he's not.
No, he fell. He fell earlier. And you made the athletics check, but he fell.
So
I got 2 nat ones, even though I had advantage.
So you don't know why the water is glowing. You just see specks of what appear to be dust floating in and above the surface. It seems to be concentrated around these plants, which appear to be mushrooms. Now you can roll another nature check if you'd like to know a little bit something about the mushrooms themselves.
Oh, you
See
know
me
it.
getting another nat 1. Oh, okay. Better that time.
Rig, you've definitely picked mushrooms in the wild before, though these look nothing like them. You're wondering, though, that these seem to have other kinds of chemical properties to them that you've never heard of. Even, like, in Stoneguard, you've never heard of these.
It's about as strange as it gets, even in Stoneguard, which technically I never actually lived in. I never heard of such mushrooms. He's completely strange to me.
Okay, well, as you're kind of just sitting there, something from this direction, there's like a movement in among the roots. You hear kind of like a squealing or grumbling.
I'll cautiously sneak forward and investigate.
As you draw closer, roll a perception check. You just hear a
I can't roll above a 10 today.
Is that can the rest of us roll perception?
yeah.
Well, I did better than come on, dude. And you did better than me. It's
6, 7, 8.
Okay,
Wow.
you can move over. You have no
Good.
idea what it sounds like. You think it's some kind of animal.
Everything down here is strange and unfamiliar.
Sounds like a dwarf snoring.
Maybe a goblin.
It just keeps going.
What is a goblin? I do not sound like
Let's
that.
go find it. Let's go find it. Where is it? Where did it come from?
I could speak fluent goblin, so if it is a goblin, then I could speak with him, and you know, not all goblins are as bad as they're meant out to be.
I also speak goblin, and I can talk to him as well.
Okay, you see a pale or sort of lightly tinted skin that's like a purple tint. This creature here is sleeping underneath these roots. They do appear to be armed. They have a war pick. Or not a war pick. Sorry, would be like a great club. And yeah, they're just sleeping there. They're definitely snoring. Now that you can see them, that's what's happening.
But only one.
Just one. Yep.
Let's go check out. Let's go talk to him. Hey, buddy, wake up!
Oh gosh, who are you? Oh God, you caught you. Wow, you really surprised me. Don't hurt me, okay? Don't hurt me.
Why we want to hurt you?
Well, you're clearly not from around here. Look at your skin. You look so strange. Here, you back up. Give me some room. I don't know who you are.
No need to be rude.
And people are racist even down here.
Hey, I'm not racist, okay? I don't know who you are.
You just told me my skin looked weird and I need to back up.
Well, you could be an enemy or something, or maybe you're here to steal the mushrooms. That's what you're here to do, aren't you? You're stealing the mushrooms. The matrons warned me about people like you. They said they'd come. They said they'd take them, but I'm here to protect them. This is my guard duty. You wouldn't try to fight me,
slowly.
would you? I'm real tough. I really am. I mean, look at me.
I can tell.
Kamaji like hugs his backpack really tightly and like just kind of backs up slowly and like tries to hide himself behind Gruzlok a little bit, like very socially awkwardly.
Well, we cannot take the mushroom.
No, they're forbidden. Only the matrons can take those. Everybody knows that. You're clearly not from around here.
Yeah, we came from the above the ground.
What's your
why
name?
is that?
What's your names? Why don't you introduce yourself? Stop being so rude. Gruzlog?
What's your name? You're being rude.
Well, I asked first.
Right.
Oh,
Gruzlog.
Greg.
Sounds like a soup or something. That's a weird name. Who named that? Who named you that? Your mother?
Even remember.
What about the two of you? You're awfully quiet. You're not over there sneaking mushrooms in your pocket, are you? He like walks out now, confidently. Struts out.
I'm Ejamak.
Ijamak.
Yeah.
Sounds like what
yeah,
I say
Ijamak.
after I eat my matron soup. Ijamak. Ugh.
It's just
You don't like
Kamaji
to make it soup?
backwards. It's just Kamaji backwards. That's all he could think to say. And it wasn't his real name because he's feeling guilty. And he's like, Kamaji just like kind of still clutching his bag very tightly to his chest. So like, these here mushrooms, is that just for your so-called matron because they're just so delicious and she just wants to eat them all to herself?
Well, I don't really know what they do with them. I just know I'm supposed to guard them. I'm not part of the collectors or the foragers. I'm the guard.
But they do eat
like
them.
me.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I'm never invited.
You've never eaten one?
Never. Not in my 300 years I've eaten one. No way.
Maybe you should try
Try
some.
one right now.
Oh, no, I'm not. We'd never do that. You kidding me? You're crazy.
No, hey, listen. As I'm a guard too. I'm a royal guard. So
I
if you want to
seriously
guard
doubt that.
something- if you want to guard something, you better like know it well. You know, you cannot guard a thing you don't even know. You need to know what it does.
Well, that's not what I'm paid to do. I'm not paid to eat the mushrooms. I'm paid to guard them. I'm not a taste tester.
Yeah,
I'm not a
but, like,
cook.
What's the name?
so
What's my
for
name?
instance-
Kibble.
Kibble?
Kibble.
For instance, like, are you supposed to guard them strictly from harvesters? Or what if somebody wasn't trying to harvest them per se, but like, what if there was some like little bugs eating them up and like, well, are you supposed to protect them from other people eating them? Or
Well,
you
yeah.
just
Then
supposed
I would contact the wards. I mean, the fungi wards. That's their job.
what do they do?
Well, they'll come around and they'll make sure that the plants have the companion plants to help keep the wrong pests away. I mean, it's simple as that. It really is as simple as that.
I'm intrigued about these. What'd you call them? Fungus keepers? What do you call them?
The fungi wards. They come around and they make sure everything's, growing appropriately. I mean,
Sounds like they're gardeners.
well, I don't know. Maybe that's your word for it. We call them wardens or wards.
Generally, you'd keep gardeners for edible plants.
Okay, well,
generally.
you
I
call
mean,
them gardeners and I'll call them wardens. We'll just leave it at that. I don't see why we need to make a big fuss about it.
I'm not making a fuss. I'm just
Well,
trying
it seems
to...
like you're making a fuss.
You seem like you're making a fuss. The way you're talking at me, I don't much care for it, sir.
Well, I'm
just
sorry
trying
if
to-
you're offended. I'm just here to try to make sure that this zone is safe from anybody trying to steal mushrooms. So if you're not stealing mushrooms, I mean, you can hang out. I can share some of my provisions with you if you're hungry or something.
Oh, that'd be
Got
mighty
anything
fine.
good?
You got any mushrooms in there?
Have you been listening to me? I don't eat mushrooms. I protect the mushrooms. Simple
I
as
mean,
that.
all the mushroom. Is there like maybe some
Every
specifically mushroom?
Every single mushroom. Are you guys idiots? I mean, I don't have to say it again. I've said it like 3 times already. I
Well,
don't
where
eat
we
mushrooms.
You're so rude.
I'm not trying to be
Where
rude.
we-
I'm just a matter of fact. I'm just a matter of fact kind of guy. I just say it like it is.
Now,
Okay,
where
what do you
we...
eat?
Yeah,
What?
exactly.
What do you eat?
Well, I mean, I like insects. Like big cockroaches and beetles and other kinds of rodents sometimes, but I really like insects. They got like a crunch, but they're also really high in protein. You can find them under rocks.
Yeah, we know. We know about insects.
You have
But-
some.
There's a lot of insects down here, I mean, some of them are like really big too. I mean, like bigger than that rock over there. Bigger than that hole. I mean, they're huge. They can eat me whole. I mean, they couldn't though, because I'm like super tough, and I could kill any insect that tried to do that.
Well,
They
where
taste
we...
good.
Yeah, hell yeah, they taste good. They're super delicious.
Well, where we come from, you can go in the forest and forage edible mushrooms, and they're delicious to eat.
Well, I mean, I
So
don't know
when
what
we
it's
see-
like up there. That's the Overearth. This is the Underearth. It's a different place. Different rules. Gotta play by our rules down here.
but you could imagine a world under here, or down here, or whatever, wherever we are. But you could imagine that perhaps the mushrooms down here are growing so good and they look so nice and they're so tasty that perhaps your superiors are having you guard them for them to eat.
Hey, that's not my call,
Could-
man. I mean, I don't make those decisions, you know? Like,
I'm just asking if that is within the realm of possibilities here. That's all I'm asking.
Roll a persuasion check.
16.
yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess so. But, like, I feel like my leaders aren't that nefarious, you know? They're not malicious. They're not trying to harm me or anything.
All right, you've said all I need to know. I'll be on my way now. Bye now.
Wait, you're just leaving?
Kamaji just like kind of scurries like away with his backpack clutched tight now that he knows that there's a possibility these mushrooms could be very special and very tasty. And he's feeling very guilty about having, stolen, air quotes,
Yeah.
some mushrooms. Like he's very against stealing, but he really wants to see if these mushrooms are something special. He thinks like this could be like his entire dreams and everything he's ever wanted in his life is in the palm of his hands. He's like, but he just wants to get out of here before the guilt overcomes him. So he's scurrying off mid conversation basically.
Okay.
Okay, well, like, see you later, I guess.
You got any insect jerky?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I love insect turkey. It's some of the best.
He like pulls out this it's not really jerky, it's just like a string of insect guts, and he hands it to you.
I gotta try some.
Yeah.
Let me taste it.
You feel like a little tingle that goes down the back of your tongue and your throat, but it's surprisingly tasty. It's kind of got like a salty taste to it, and it's very rich.
Not bad. Oh, juicy. Ah,
It's pretty good, right? I mean, I eat it all the time. The matrons bring it to me
Pretty good.
sometimes.
hey, take some this. I give him some jerky. More jerky.
Wow.
Give him one ration.
I've heard of these creatures. Never eaten them, though.
He tries some of it. He's like surprisingly like really happy about it.
We should head now. Sometimes, you can come to our village.
Oh, I couldn't go up there. I don't like the sun, it burns my skin a little bit. I mean, it doesn't, like, harm me, but it's really hard to see, and I don't know, I just feel like I'm stumbling everywhere. I went up once, but then that stupid rock plugged up the hole to get out, so, I don't need to go. It's like, I'm happy down here. Super happy. Living under these roots, by myself, just... Yeah, super happy.
You sure?
Sound happy.
Down here looks boring.
You can roll insight.
Inside. Oh yeah. Ah.
Rig can roll it too if he wants. He's not happy.
At 20.
He is so depressed, living under these roots day after day, looking after these mushrooms. Nobody ever comes by, clearly. He's depressed.
Well, why don't you head up and look at some mushrooms up on the surface? It might be a little bit different.
You see like a look of like, now that the rock's gone, you guys are down here. He's like, oh, he could do that. But he's like,
No, I couldn't do that. I gotta, man my station. This is where I belong. I mean, if the matron comes by, I'm not there, It's gonna be a big problem for me. Big problems.
How
Oh,
often
yeah.
does the matron come by?
Well, I mean, she's due the next couple days. I haven't seen her for like a week. Usually she comes every 3 days, but I guess they've been busy with something else near the city. I don't know, It's crazy down here sometimes.
Sneak up and sneak back before she even makes it.
Maybe they're
I
dead.
mean, maybe you bring back a new kind of mushroom and she rewards you.
I don't even know. I mean, she always told me never go up there alone. I should always go with someone. The buddy system.
Well, I mean, I guess you could go with us.
Yeah, but are we buddies though? I don't know. I just met you.
We can be buddy. I can tell
That's
we
not
can
gonna be
get
buddy.
along. You're a guard. I'm guard.
Okay, roll a persuasion check. It's quite hard to
Persuasion,
convince him to
man.
leave his station.
Ooh!
Ho, 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 ho.
Oh, look at that.
I use my guard. What's that? Wait, what's that? Oh, aura. Guard aura.
Okay.
Royal guard.
Yes.
I see you are a guard.
Gosh, when you put it that way, maybe she won't be here for another day and a half or something. I could probably go. I'll go with you. Hey, we're buddies now, all right? I'll go look out for my
Yeah.
friends.
Let's go. Let's
Okay.
carry him on my
Yeah,
shoulder.
let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna get mushrooms. So great. So great.
And he's gonna go with you guys.
Yeah, let's go. We got new pow.
All
Oh,
right.
we can feed him some snake.
We make it back to camp, and this is where we're gonna stop for the evening.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do or say before we stop here?
Maybe if we're at camp, maybe we should butcher up that the big
Big snake.
Scistalis or
Scistalis. Scistalis.
Scistalis.
Yeah, let's cook it up.
Well, I don't want to cook it necessarily. Well, I'll cook some of it. It's a pretty big snake. We're gonna save
Yeah.
some of it too.
Okay. Cool.
But
You can
just
use
to
the
avoid using rations and stuff, and also sharing them. Kamaji thinks it's very important when meeting a new companion to share a meal with them. So Kamaji's gonna go all out and like really try and Kamaji's actually gonna use 2 of his own rations to supplement the meal, just so we have like a variety of foods
Okay.
to share with Kibble. And I'm gonna cut up like several like large like snake steaks. Say that 10 times fast. I'm literally picturing like the like when you kill a serpent in Valheim, like what drops basically.
Yeah.
Like that, picturing like
Yep.
that, like in my little walk over the campfire.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cook like the best meal that I can possibly cook to try and kind of.
I'm gonna try to find something for Kamaji to cook in the forest.
Oh, yeah, are we foraging? Because I actually
Let's go to hunting.
because we're in the forest, and one of the things about that is whatever food I get by foraging is double.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
It would be nice. It would be nice to like have some. If we could find some mushrooms that are from the overworld to work them into the dish to show, kind of
And
try
herb.
and like, use them.
You know, like vanilla and the
Can I roll survival for that?
Yeah, so several things happening here. You're going to be rolling double the rations rig, and then everybody else you want to look for plant parts, basically, is what you're trying to do, right?
yeah, trying
Okay.
to
Yeah,
gather some.
Kamaji's not looking. He's just focused on cooking.
On cooking. Okay.
And I'm foraging, but whatever I find is double what it would normally be.
Okay, so let's go ahead and roll a survival or nature check for the plant parts.
Yeah.
10.
16.
Okay, give me 1 second. Grozlock at 16. Doors to a divinity. I'm just pulling up my notes.
Like garlic or onion.
Sure. So I'll do the 10 first for rig. Okay, so you found. This is in the forest, right? Okay, so it's with a 10, you get. Oh, actually, this one. So you get 2 common, 1 uncommon. So it's going to be 4 common and 2 uncommon. That's doubled. And then for Gruzlock, you got a 16. You're going to find 4 common, 2 uncommon, 1 rare, and 1 very rare.
Wait, where should I put it?
You're going to
There's
put
tables.
it, yeah, the box is next to the plant parts, the plant supplies.
Does he know? So you know to go to the Google Sheets. Like if you go to the Discord, there's like a thing that has the Google Sheets link, and then you go to that, and then you go to foraging and salvaging, and then you can add it in there. I mean, it's communal, so we all share this.
Oh shit, where is it? Oh.
I can have
So-
Eric. We can have Eric do it for now, and then I'll
Yeah,
teach you how to do it
much
later.
is it?
So for your roll, Eric, it's 4 common, 2 uncommon.
I
And
got that.
for his, he got a 16. Oh, I read it wrong. So it's actually 3 common, 1 uncommon, 1 rare.
All right, it is in.
Yeah, I looked at the wrong one before. Perfect.
And then as far as like using these to cook with, like if I want to use some mushrooms, local mushrooms, how many like of what plant supply should I subtract?
Which ones did you get? Like these are the ones on
I
the
didn't-
surface.
I just want to use some plant supply. I want to use some mushrooms from the surface to cook for
Okay.
this guy. Like I
Sure.
and I don't know
Just
what
the
to
common-
subtract.
Common plant part.
Okay.
If
and
it's a
how many
surface
should-
mushroom, it's
should-
common.
How many should I subtract to like use in the meal?
Just 1 per steak. Make it simple. Maybe
Okay.
they're really large or something.
Well, I kind of want to cook like a badass meal for this guy, so I'm gonna give us all 1. So I'm subtracting 4.
Okay, yeah. He gets really excited by this meal, and he gobbles it down. He does see that they're mushrooms, but he takes note that they're not the regular kinds of mushrooms that he's used to. He's never been told to guard these specifically, so he eats them somewhat hesitantly.
Maybe you should throw a little bit their mushroom into it.
I thought about it, but if they're not edible, I don't want to poison this guy.
Alright.
Um,
I'm gonna probably try using him as fishing bait next session. See what happens with that.
okay, cool. And then I think we will end here. Yeah.
Okay.
GG's. I'm going to say bye to the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you next time.
I guess I couldn't stand it. Now I finally feel free as we explore this planet. Your help is what I need. Roll the dice and make your move. I've got nothing left to prove. I know that you will have my hand as we navigate the strange land. I know I was feeling trapped. What I needed was liberation. Now I know you got my back as we continue our exploration. Roll the dice and make your move. I've got nothing left to prove. I know that you will have my hand as we navigate the strange land. This strange land.